Hi everyone, and welcome back to Monster of the Week on QueueTimes. We are in store for a scary, spooky finale. Quick
Roll call. No,
roll call.
Present.
Quick coverage of what we're doing. As you can tell, we have some spooky, scary things that QueueTimes has allowed us to do via the use of electronic devices. It's a wonderful age that we live in. First, right off the bat, I want to thank Evil Hat Productions and QueueTimes themselves for sponsoring this or not sponsoring. Evil Hat did not sponsor us, though I wish they would. But without those two companies, this stream would not happen. And I'm so thankful that both QueueTimes and Evil Hat Productions exist, because I like this stream a lot.
Wow, I'm not.
Wow.
Next.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Monster of the Week. If you're just joining us for the first... Okay, if you're just joining us for the first time, there is a part 1 of this stream up on the QueueTimes YouTube page. It has its own playlist. It's called Monster of the Week. It's the only thing in there. If you're just joining us for the first time, you may not understand entirely what's going on. That's okay. Ride with us. It's only a 2-part thing. I mean, go back and watch the other thing later, obviously. But I think through context clues, you'll probably pick up most of what's happening.
Yeah. Also, if you don't know what's happening, you're more likely to be scared, which is kind of the point.
True, yeah.
This is a horror show,
if I,
so be afraid, be very afraid.
Send me a tweet if I scare you live on stream.
Send Sam a tweet that says, ah!
And, just AH and an exclamation point. Okay, so let's talk about the system that we're using. So Monster of the Week is a game based around shows like X-Files or Supernatural or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Pretty much anything that has a monster every week that the main protagonists have to deal with. So there are six stats?
5 stats.
5 stats.
Charm, cool, sharp, tough, and weird.
Weird. Those are essentially the main bonuses or minuses that our characters can take depending on the playbook that they've chosen. We are currently playing with an expert in William White, a spellslinger in Sammy Dar, and a monstrous in Jonas Newhouse.
I'm a monster.
So, there are a couple of basic things that those characters can do right off of the bat without their playbooks at all. And those things are kick some ass, act under pressure, help out, investigate a mystery, manipulate someone, protect someone, read a bad situation, and use magic. Yes, technically everyone in this system can use magic. Whether or not that will be successful remains to be seen. Keeley. There are a couple of other quick rules things that we should probably cover because they will likely come up in this second half of the stream. Those are experience. So every time you roll a less than a 6, I think it's a 6 or less.
Yeah.
The character the player is going to mark experience for their character. When they have, I think it's
5.
When they filled 5 experience boxes, clearly I don't know the numbers related to the system. When they have filled 5 experience boxes, they level up and are open to taking a new power depending on their playbook. So Jonas will have new monstrous powers, Sammy will have new spellslinger powers, and William will have new expert powers if they level up.
Which I will.
Which it seems likely that at least one of them will.
I certainly will twice.
There's also a system called Luck, which essentially allows a player to take an automatic 12 on any dice roll. So we're only using 2d6s, so that is the maximum you can possibly take.
Let's remember luck this time.
Yes. I have started the players off with half as much luck as they usually have because we are doing a one-shot. So they only have, I believe it's 4 points of luck. If they run out of luck, bad shit's going to happen. I am essentially going to get to take their character sheet and do what I will with it. I wouldn't recommend running out of luck if you can possibly avoid it.
Maybe I want that.
What'd you roll?
Well, one of them is a 6, so I have to roll the rest again.
Great. And the last thing that is important is harm. So there are a couple players that have already taken some harm, including Keeley, who I believe is at 3 harm currently. Do either of you have any harm currently?
Currently, I think not.
Henrietta has 1 harm.
Do I have 1 right now?
Because she gave it to Marty.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're correct.
Oh, yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, I got 1.
Totally correct.
Yep.
If you have more than 3 harm, if you have 4 harm or more, you are classified as unstable in this system, which basically means that you are bleeding out and things are going to start getting progressively worse unless something is done to mitigate that.
Otherwise known as being in your 20s. Am I right? Am I right?
Wow.
Am I right?
God almighty.
Can you just pass it on to me, actually? Thank you.
I'm actually in my 30s, so...
Yeah, Sam is aging gracefully.
I'm aging backwards. So, last thing, real quick. The hunters here are going to try to do 4 things over the course of the stream. These are set out in the hunter agenda, which is in a little packet that basically outlines the moves. They are going to try to act like they are the hero in this story, because they are. They're going to make their own destiny. They're going to find the damn monsters and stop them. And they're going to play their hunter like they're a real person. Okay. Why don't we start with introductions? Jonas, you want to take it away?
Hello, I am Jonas Newhouse, he, him, playing the hundreds-of-year-old Selkie, Henrietta Sam, she, her.
Oh gosh. Hi, I am Sammy Dar, and I'm playing Maggie, the spell slinger, who is 18 years old. She, her also.
Hi, I'm William, they, them, and I am playing Keeley Stewart, she, her, the expert.
Excellent.
She's read about
I
this
feel
sort
like
of
you
thing.
need like a move when you say that.
The expert.
No. The first rule of improv, no.
First rule of improv, always say no. So, last time on Monster of the Week, we began in a hotel called the Dirge. There's a little bit of backstory talking about how the Dirge was built, about the mayor who commissioned the project, Hardy Tackard, and about how he mysteriously disappeared close to the end of the project. He was posthumously indicted on a bunch of crimes that he did, and the Dirge ended up being really the only building of what was supposed to be a new metropolis springing up in the town of Huntsville. The players all arrived at the hotel, or at least Henrietta and Maggie did. Keeley had been here for a couple of months and had already broken their flat screen TV. Keeley sort of annoyed both of the other arrivals. She ended up sort of following Maggie around the hotel for a while, I think.
To be fair, our rooms were right next to each other.
They were right next to each other.
So
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then wandered down to the pool to see Henrietta doing laps down there, and sort of had a conversation with her, which resulted in Keeley realizing that Henrietta was in fact a Selkie.
Which is a seal that wears a human skin suit to appear as a human.
Yes, exactly. Maggie spotted the pest control, these 2 people named Marty and Martin. Martin is the younger guy, and Marty is the older guy. She spotted the younger guy out at a van that was parked in the parking lot, where he was pulling some things that probably weren't pest control related out of the back of this pest control van. Keeley deduced that Henrietta is a Selkie. Keeley and Maggie ran into something in the elevator on their way back up the hotel. It appeared to be a human hand with bony segments running all the way down it, and it seemed to be much longer than any human arm. Henrietta ran into Marty and Martin as they were coming down to the pool, and they instantly recognized her for her true form and asked her pretty abrasively, honestly, to leave the pool area.
I didn't even ask.
Right.
Marty was just like, "Hey, get out, stupid," and I was
Yeah.
like, "That's mean to say."
Yeah.
It was really
It
mean.
was mean.
He didn't call
It
me
was
stupid.
mean.
That's a lie, but he was mean.
It was mean.
Martin took Henrietta back up to her room. Just as Maggie and Keeley were outside discussing the fact that there may in fact be a Selkie in this hotel. And Martin essentially said, "Hey, I will warn you, Henrietta, when the pool is back open." Keeley and Maggie ended up saving Henrietta after she was ambushed in the tub by another one of these arms, which I have decided to call the Handipede after
Thank you, chat.
some people in the chat. I didn't actually have a name for this monster, so thank you very much.
Oh, you mean the name of the monster isn't? Oh shit! What's the mayor's name? Him?
Hardy Tackard.
Yeah, you mean the monster's name isn't Hardy Tackard?
I would say you don't know that.
Okay.
And Keeley, Maggie, and Henrietta took the night to heal some wounds that Henrietta had sustained and talk about the mystery. I think this is a good moment to pause and have the players discuss what they know about the monster so far, or what their characters know about the monster so far.
I can start. So I know it goes through the drains.
Okay.
From like the pool and the tub, I've seen that. We've also seen it just like go through staircases. So it's very mobile. It's very strong, able to drag. Because it was one arm dragging two people up the stairs, right? Or was it two?
Yes.
Yeah, it was one. So like very strong, goes through the drains. Have we been able to hurt it non-magically?
Hands come through all holes.
All holes. Does that also say hooray?
No, that's banish spell worked.
Oh,
Hooray.
gotcha. That's a good thing. I don't know. I don't remember if we. I've felt like I've heard it by just like biting down, right?
You definitely have.
Okay, so I know that.
You
That's
have
possible.
definitely hurt the hands when you bit them.
Cool.
Another point that we sort of talked about, I don't know if I made explicit on stream, was that when you bit those hands, they bled. What appeared to be human blood.
I think you did mention
You did say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you said because Henrietta could taste it.
Yes, that's right.
Tasted that it was in fact human blood. We also know that the thing is invisible to us because it has taken our DNA, cut Henrietta, and plucked the hair from Maggie and Keeley. I'm in so much heat for saying that. Just now, Keeley's gonna kill me.
Keely's gonna kill you.
Keeley's gonna kill me.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she's tired of that
So
joke,
we
too.
we had the hair plucked, and then we Maggie realized that she could still see the creature using her third eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also wanted to touch on that. So you will have to re-roll every so often to make sure that your third eye remains open. That is not something that is permanently open.
How long can I have it open for?
I would say any significant stress causes it to close.
Okay. Good to know.
So, for instance, the next thing that all of you witnessed.
Sure.
So, our three characters were up in the hotel room of who's what? I believe it was Keeley's hotel room,
It was
right?
Keeley's hotel room because Keeley has a monster-proofed room.
Right. Her hotel room is her haven. So Keeley, Henrietta, and Maggie were sort of awoken the next morning by a knock at the door, and it turned out to be Marty. Or I'm sorry, it turned out to be Martin. Even I'm confused. That shit. It turned out to be Martin, who was bruised and bloodied and appeared to not be in good shape. He was desperately asking for Henrietta's help. And after Keeley made sure that he could step over the door jamb to make sure that he was not a monster himself, they all set off after him down to the pool, where they found the body of Marty. He appeared to be crushed or folded up into a shape that no human body should sustain, and was just sort of floating on the top of the pool when they entered the pool room. Henrietta, being unable to
Resist the urge to submerge.
yeah, that's great. Jumped into the pool with the body and ended up dragging Marty's body ashore.
Yeah.
And Maggie and Keeley were still sort of standing in the stairwell where they noticed, or Maggie noticed at least, hands coming down to grab hold of Martin and Keeley. Those two were drug up about a flight of stairs, at which point Keeley managed to wrench herself free, but noticed that Martin was still getting dragged up the stairs and decided, with her only free hand, to grab his leg and be pulled along.
Yeah.
That is where we are going to pick up. Does anyone have any questions before we start?
Nope.
No.
Cool.
Is there anything else we know about the monster that we didn't say?
It has bones, and the bones can break.
Yep.
True.
And also, when I use banish spells on it, it
Oh,
dissolves.
yeah.
Yes, the arms dissolve into a clear liquid.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
And with that, I welcome you back to the dirge. It's raining.
Is it?
It is. And a set of doors burst open as Henrietta and Maggie drag Marty's body somewhere. Where are you taking him?
I think we should take him to Keeley's room.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
How are you getting him there?
Well, I suppose the stairs would be a bad idea.
Yeah, but so is the elevator when you think about it, because we get attacked there. At least if we are on the stairs, we can see it coming for us, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Plus, it went up the stairs, so it probably won't come
Yeah, I
back
kind of want to get up as fast as we can, so let's just...
So
Okay.
we will take the stairs. And I would say I have a hand like helping carry Marty, but I also have one on my suitcase.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Marty cannot move under his own
Yeah.
will. He is not dead, but he is certainly in rough shape. And as you guys enter the stairwell and begin helping him up the stairs, he sort of like coughs up some blood on the side of the hallway, and says, "We need to go out. Oh, Jesus!
Hey, quiet.
We gotta get to the van.
What van? I don't know.
There's a van parked in the parking lot. It's got all of our things in it. We need to go there now."
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I know. Parking lot
Yeah,
is
I
where
know.
we parked, yeah?
I know where it is. It's next to my car.
Okay, you are rounding the corner of the stairs up to the door that leads out to the lobby.
Cool.
And so you're on ground level.
Cool. I guess let's go out.
I
to
guess
the parking
so.
lot, yeah?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
You exit into the lobby, and things look surprisingly normal. Shelley is standing
Cool.
behind her desk. You can hear the muffled sounds of rap music coming from the administrative offices, where ostensibly Bobby is having a good time. And you hear Fjord back in the back offices behind the main concierge desk cough and then yell for someone named Pingo.
Bingo.
What do you do?
Do we want to? We probably don't want to alarm anybody about the.
I don't think
state
we
of
really
near
have
death.
time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Should we just-
Keeley was dragged away. We kind of let's.
We'll just bring them
Yeah.
through. They'll see what they see.
Whatever.
Okay, cool. We're just gonna walk through.
Okay, are you trying to hide him at all?
No.
I don't seem like it. No.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Shelley screams as you drag Marty into the. Oh my God!
Okay, no.
Oh my God!
It's
What?
okay. We're
What
on it.
happened?
No, we're going to his
What
van. It's
happened to
fine.
him?
We're just going to his van. He has all his stuff there. It's okay.
What? He needs
We're,
to get to
still
a
moving,
hospital.
too.
She picks up a phone, and starts dialing 911.
That's probably good. There's a
Yeah,
monster
actually,
upstairs.
yeah.
Still walking towards the door.
What?
Yeah.
She puts the phone to her ear, and says, "There's a busy signal."
Oh. So they're busy.
For 911.
Is that normal? That's normal.
That's not normal. No.
That's not normal.
No, that's not normal.
No.
Okay.
What? is going
Listen,
on?
pests.
What is going on? Fjord! Fjord! She yells, and a big burly dude bursts out of the back, and sort of like is immediately on the concierge desk, like does one of those like slide over the concierge desks,
Okay.
and is standing between you and the doors.
Okay.
He has his hand on his hip. There's not a gun, but it does seem like he has some sort of weapon. Hey, this is not cool. I'm just trying to get through the day here, and y'all dragging bodies through my hotel.
he's
What
not
the
a
fuck's
body.
going on?
Listen, he's a dude.
He's alive?
He's alive. We're trying to help him.
Well, he
First
needs to
aid.
get to a fucking hospital.
Well, you need to relax is what you need to do. Because listen, if you're stressing out in a stressful situation...
Hey. No,
I'm
listen,
just saying.
I'm security here. I'm the one in charge.
Manipulate a person.
Manipulate him.
Big security guy over here. It's not going to go well. Not very charming.
You're more sure.
Hey!
What did you roll? 8. Okay, so on manipulate someone, on a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. Fjord is going to stand in front of you. He takes his hand off of his belt and crosses his arms and says, "What happened?"
Okay, well, they're here for pest control.
Yeah?
The pest got the better of him.
A rat did that?
Oh no, it was a grabby hand that came from the stairwell. Made of segmented bones, and then the hand. Very powerful and dangerous. Right?
What?
Is that
Listen.
okay at this point?
Here's the thing. We didn't see it happen. We came down the stairs. We saw him a mess, and we're trying to save his life. All right?
Oh yes, but I saw all of that stuff. I sometimes, things are...
He is like kind of bewildered by what's going on and just sort of like steps out of the way.
Good.
He's like, "Shelly, are you calling 911 or what the fuck's
they're
going on
busy.
here?"
I'm gonna walk past them with
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah, right. Good, yeah.
Okay, so you get to the front door. One of you, I need you to read a bad situation.
What is that, sharp?
You can decide who it is.
Is your sharp good? You have a
plus
+1?
one.
I've got nothing.
I can
so.
do it, I guess.
Cool.
Okay. Well,
Or you can argue something
Yeah.
else if you would like
I'm-
to try to roll something else, but I think that is the best for...
I can do it.
No, unless I can just
This
can I just help her
particular
out? Can I roll cool to help her out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, I'll do that. So I'll be a second pair of eyes, but it's mostly on her. Oh, sweet.
Okay.
That's 12, so you have a +1.
Oh, so then 11 plus 1 plus 1, so that's...
Wow, a 13.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to clarify something real quick. That we messed up some of the rules last week. The advanced thing under here that says on a 12+, that is a specific move that you can take when you upgrade. That is not something that you natively get at a 12+.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally not your fault. I didn't catch it.
That's cool.
Okay, so read a bad situation. On a 10+, you hold 3. You can ask, what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims? You have 3 questions.
Can I also open up my third eye?
Is there a role for that?
It
Does
says
say?
when I read a bad situation, I can
Yes.
open up my third eye. So.
Absolutely, you can open up your third eye.
Great. Okay, so now I can see invisible things. Okay. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
So we've established when your third eye opens, for a moment everything is bathed in an orange light. And then it just seems basically like everything has an orange outline, and you can see things that would otherwise be invisible to you.
Right.
What you see through the sliding doors of the front of the dirge is a wall of hands. A forest of arms that crisscross the entire front of the hotel. There is no way to get through them that you can see.
Yeah, dope. What's the best way to protect the victims?
Not being anywhere near those hands.
Right.
Or getting everyone the fuck out of this hotel.
My third question is, what's my best way out?
Of the hotel?
Uh-huh.
Your best way out of the hotel currently is to try to jump from a higher floor.
Okay.
And with that, I'd like to cut to Keely.
Oh, no.
Keely, you are being drugged up a staircase holding on to Martin. You are at 3 harm. What does that look like?
I think like my eyes, blood vessels in my eyes, all like a lot of them just like burst. So I have like kind of like parts of my eyes are just like completely red, like on the sides of them, and I have just like intense bruising around my neck and cuts and like scrapes right at like my collarbones and stuff, and it's like ripped up the collar of my shirt and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that's basically like what I have going on right now.
Okay.
And like the you can see the like veins and stuff like running from my neck up to my jaw just from like how much like strain was going on.
Okay. You are holding on to one of Martin's legs. And you are being pulled up the center of the staircase. So the staircase sort of comes around in 4 even segments, and there's sort of a hole in the middle, segments. And that is what you are being lifted up through. You smack into the stairs, the bottom of the stairs, as you go over a lip, and then suddenly you find yourself on the roof of the dirge. The hand has pulled you and Martin out through a door that was propped open with a brick and onto a concrete and gravel roof. This roof is pretty big because the dirge is a fairly large hotel. You are being pulled towards the edge of the roof. What do you do?
I want to hook my boots, my feet, on like an exhaust thing or like whatever, like on the top of the roof, like a pole or a pipe or something.
Something fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or even like an antenna cable thing or something. Just like I want to like hook, because I have my hand. And then I just want to like hook it with my feet as I'm being dragged across the roof.
Great. Why don't you roll me act under pressure?
I would love to. I've read about this. Sort
Oh,
of thing.
really?
Yeah.
You've read about being dragged across roofs of hotels?
Yeah, I have. Well, I've read about exercises to help strengthen your feet.
Oh.
In order to use them to supplement a style
great.
of living.
Let's see how much that helps you.
9.
9. Okay. On a 7 to 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. All right, I got it.
The worst outcome is you hook your feet around an antenna, and you do manage to grab it, but the whole antenna is rusty, and so as the force of the hand pulling you weighs on the antenna, it just snaps and comes along with you.
Okay.
You are flung towards nothingness, towards open air. And barely you manage to hook an arm around the side of the...
I would not let go of Martin.
Okay.
And currently...
He has one too. You each have one arm.
Cool.
Okay.
Or actually, no. If he has one arm,
I think he has an arm, and I'm hanging off of Martin.
You are hanging off of Martin. Dangling down the top of the dirge. This building, I said, is 12 or more stories tall. It's actually 13 stories. So you are approximately 130 feet in the air.
Whoa, that's not that much, though.
I want to roll to climb up.
Okay. This is also going to be an act under pressure.
It's a 12. I use a luck point.
Okay. Tell me what this looks like.
I'm going to do a couple things here. So I have like a lot of strength in my arm, and I'm just like I'm able to like really get myself up, and then like I squeeze the bottom of Martin's leg with my armpit.
Okay.
And then just like kind of like shimmy up until I can get my knees like to wrap around the bottom of him. And I get up to him like almost at like backpack situation.
Yeah.
Where I have my legs like tensing and like gripping onto Martin. Like I have my core really tight. And I reach down and I pull out my walkie-talkie. And I use it for the first time to actually contact the staff. Hey, Shell, I'm sure you can hear this and you're probably wondering how I'm doing what I'm doing, but if you could find Henrietta and Maggie and let them know that I'm on the roof and I'm in some pretty bad shape just 'cause I was doing some goofing. I just need you to like get them up here for me, please. Thank you very much.
Henrietta and Maggie. Mm-hmm. A walkie-talkie clicks on under Shelley's desk, and you hear exactly what Keeley just said.
The roof.
The roof is on fire? Right? That's a joke I've heard.
It's a good one, Henrietta. You're getting better at the whole fitting in. I have a quick question. Mm-hmm. Because I do magic-y things, do I have salt on me?
Yeah. I think you probably have not much, but you have a certain amount of salt on you.
Would I have enough to make a circle around Marty?
No.
Shoot.
Not on you.
No. Oh, I can't get to the van. I know there's stuff in there. Oh, well, I'm just going to go.
Yeah?
For the roof. Maggie's just going to start running.
Are you taking the elevator or the stairs?
Nah, stairs.
Stairs?
Cool. Yeah, I'll follow as well. So are we co-carrying Marty?
Are you bringing him with you?
Yeah, I guess like what do we want to do? We want to just leave him in this? Maybe in the lobby.
I'll just leave him in the lobby.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, what are you doing? We gotta get out to the van.
Meet us on the roof when you're.
There's hands near the van. Dumbass. And I'm gonna run.
He screams after you, what hands?
I'm like, I don't know, but I trust her. And I'm like around the corner now.
Okay. You've just left him on the floor of the lobby?
Yeah.
I think I would have placed him on like a waiting couch or something. Okay. And then grabbed my suitcase and started running up the stairs.
Great.
It's a rolling case, by the way.
Since you decided to take the stairs, more is going to happen on the roof.
Cool.
So, you hear the walkie-talkie like crackle and then die. You are out in the rain, and the water has gotten to the circuitry and has completely busted the walkie-talkie. Martin is like gripping onto the edge of this, but is like groaning with the exertion, and suddenly you see one of his hands pull away from the top of the hotel, and there's a very clear burn mark on the back of it.
Okay.
He says, I don't know how long I can hold this.
And I recognize the burn mark because I saw it on Henrietta.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Then I'm going to... then don't hold it.
We will fall 12 fucking stories.
No, we won't. I'm going to grab around Martin, and I'm gonna like kick off the wall a little bit, and then I want Martin. I'm gonna say like let go as we're swinging back in, and have us drop so that we can burst through a window right below us.
This is gonna be an act under pressure.
That's fine with me. I'm taking a 12. It's a luck point, baby.
Okay. All right. That's 2 out of 4 luck.
It sure is.
So far.
Well,
You could have rolled first. What if you rolled a 12?
Okay.
I can change a roll. That's a good point.
Yeah. Do you want to roll first? I'll let you roll first.
Yeah, I'll use the luck.
Just out of curiosity, what did you roll?
6.
Okay, good.
Yep.
It's good that you took the luck point.
Yeah.
Okay. You sort of like swing out from the dirge, and I should say, I should take a moment and talk about how hard it is raining. So as you swing out, you feel like just pelts of rain.
Yep.
You can almost not see anything outside of the dirge. Whereas before I said you couldn't see Huntsville, you can't even see the next building over now. And just as you swing back, maybe even just a tiny bit too soon, Martin lets go of the top of the hotel, and you see as you guys are sailing through the air, his other hand has a very clear burn mark on top of it. You crash through a window, and Martin takes the brunt of the broken glass, leaving you with no harm.
Yeah.
But rolls and comes to a stop, unconscious.
And I think I would roll out of it too, and I fall through. I'll get up immediately.
There's a very surprised person in this hotel room.
Is it Sweezel?
It's not Sweezel.
Is it George?
Sweetzel's on the 7th floor.
It is no one that you have met so
That's true.
far.
It wouldn't be the
No one
seventh
I've met so
floor.
far. Oh wait, yeah, I'll burst through and be like, and I'll point down at Martin and I'll say, wouldn't leave. And I'm just gonna pick him up and start dragging him towards the door.
The person that you see in this room is a lithe, agile young man wearing a suit and currently in the process, before you crashed in through this window, of raiding the mini fridge. He immediately drops all of the little like bottles that he was grabbing, and they shatter on the floor. Adding more broken glass to this already pretty brutal floor. And he says, I'm going to go talk to reception.
You know, okay, that's a really good idea. Except what I need you to do right now is I need you to, I need you to just find yourself in a place, like lock yourself in a closet somewhere where there's no vents or drains or anything. There's some pest that's going around the hotel at the moment. There's snakes in the vents. There's snakes in there. There's snakes. You ever hear about this? Snakes coming up through your toilet? Well, they're coming through the vents. They're coming through everywhere. I'm going to manipulate a person.
Okay, do it.
Great. Manipulate someone. Wee! I don't think I have charm. I do.
Oh, you do? What's your charm?
That's a 10, baby.
Okay. On a 10 plus, they'll do it for the reason you gave them. So he says, there's snakes in the vent? And he goes over to the like little closet that kind of like folds out and like stuffs himself in the back and then closes the doors.
I start picking up Martin again. I'm just dragging Martin across the floor. Sorry about the glass.
Yeah.
And be as quiet as you possibly can. These snakes are attracted to sound.
Okay.
And I reach over and I unlock the hotel room door and I open it up and I just start pulling Martin.
As soon as you do, you feel Martin being pulled from the other end, and they need you to act under pressure to hold on to him.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, no. 12.
Fuck yeah.
Without a luck point.
On a 10 plus, you do what you set out to do. You wrench Martin back into the room and shut the door, and you hear something that sounds like a human hand slap against the outside of the door and just start knocking on it. It is not like a knock, knock, knock. It is like a smashing against the door. And the kid in the closet says, Is that the snakes?
I said shut up. I said be quiet. It's the snakes.
Okay. Henrietta and Maggie.
Yep.
You burst out the door to the roof and see the torrential rain, and there's no one there.
Is my third eye still working?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
You see a long orange tube that looks to be the arm of this thing coming out of one of the exhaust vents and going down the side of the building.
I'ma hit it with something.
Okay. What are you gonna hit it with?
I wanna use magic on it.
Yes.
I don't know why I got that accent.
Do it.
all of a sudden. And I wanna try to banish it.
Do it.
Banish.
Banish.
Get out of here.
Get out of here!
Ooh, no. Hold on. Wait. No, but, well, hold on. Let me check to make sure if I have to use it or not.
You had weird, right?
Burning an awful lot of these luck points.
I didn't use any last time, so. Oh, although I do only have one left before I'm doomed.
Oh, wait.
Wait, no,
Like-
you have
No.
You have 2
You
left.
start with
No,
4.
yeah, but if I use the 4th when I'm doomed.
Right. Well,
So technically I can only use 3 before I'm doomed.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
I'ma use luck.
Okay.
Yeah!
Here's what happens then.
Okay.
You're trying to banish it, right?
Get out of here.
Get out of here!
The arm instantly turns to. Actually, paint me the scene of how you cast the spell, real quick.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna walk out of the door a little bit
Okay.
and point at it with my wand, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go, get out of here at it.
And the arm instantly turns to this like clear fluid and just like smacks into the top of the hotel and starts dribbling down the side of the facade.
I forget. Do I see like the clear fluid like come out of nowhere
You do.
and hit the ground? Okay,
Yep,
cool.
you see
cool.
the fluid. And you also feel the entire hotel shudder.
Uh-oh.
I felt the entire hotel shudder.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good.
Do you see any other hands?
You are
I'm
standing.
assuming I feel the
You
shudder
do.
as well. Okay,
Everyone
cool.
does. You are still standing on this rooftop in the torrential rain.
I would like to just sort of like quickly run around the area and I think investigate a mystery and see if I can figure out where Keely went.
Great.
I'm gonna keep an eye out while she does that.
With a plus sharp.
It
All right,
is, yes.
that's a 6. That's a failure. I'm gonna level up.
Okay, mark an experience point. So, on a failure, I can take a hard move.
For investigate a mystery, I don't know about that. Yeah. I know.
Uh-oh.
Not again. Last time this happened.
It
bad
can't be
things
against
happened.
me this time.
Nope.
Here, Sam. Okay, I don't know if you have a hard move in mind, but you might be able to use the what do I say?
Pure drive?
The move I'm about to take.
Oh,
No,
okay.
because I was kind of thinking if I am doing something when I level up, would this make sense? I would like to do this. And since I said I'm going to run around the area here, I'm taking preternatural speed.
Oh,
so
okay.
basically, I've just become much faster, probably because of all this water, you know.
Okay.
So I've become much faster. I don't know if you can use that at all for a hard move, but that is something that that's what I'm doing right now. Running around on a
Okay.
wet roof is all.
Here's what happens. You are not. You are moving too quickly for Maggie to be able to warn you about the other hand that starts coming out of the exhaust pipe, and you run just smack dab into this palm that's outstretched like this and that has started to glow a violent red. And you are going to be branded on your right on your chest for 2 harm.
Okay.
As you run square into this hand. You do notice, Maggie, because you can see this thing, the arm, as Henrietta runs into it so quickly, just crumples into it looks like all of the bones in the wrist just break immediately. And the hand quickly flings the broken arm around and sucks itself back down the exhaust pipe.
Huh. Okay.
So you have taken 2 harm.
Yep.
And there's a burning 5-fingered shape on your chest.
I should have taken unquenchable vitality. I wanted to do that anyway, but I like to be fast. Okay. Ow. I can't find her anywhere, and
Are you
something
okay?
I don't know. I think I just ran into something.
No, the hand burned you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's very bad. This actually hurts a lot. I think this is. Are you okay if I scream?
Yeah.
And Henrietta just lets out a mostly human scream of mostly pain.
Keely, you hear a mostly human scream of mostly human pain come from somewhere a few floors above you.
I'm gonna pull Martin to the elevator. By the way.
Okay. Why don't you roll me Act Under Pressure, unless
Okay.
you have another idea.
Act under pressure is just fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That is what I want to do.
To the elevator, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can I ask? So I saw Henrietta use her magic to heal Marty.
Yeah. Yes.
Would I be able to try to replicate that?
I believe heal someone is one of the use magic skills.
It is, yeah.
But
I
so-
didn't
And it's
choose
raining
it.
on me.
I changed my mind.
Okay.
And it wasn't because I saw my roll. It was because I was thinking of doing this anyway, but I didn't know if I could do it because of what. But then, like, I read one of the things that it does, and I want to. I
Okay.
want to protect someone,
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
and I rolled a 7.
Okay.
And on a 7, you protect them, okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. So, do you just like get to figure that out? Or-
Yes, I think so. Okay, here's what happens. You open the hotel room door, and everything is quiet. The knocking had stopped a couple of seconds before, which made you think that maybe this was the opportunity that you could run into the hall. And as you creep your way down the hallway,
dragging
Martin behind you as the lights sort of like flicker overhead, you seem okay. Until you go to press the down, or the up key or the down key on the elevator. Doesn't matter.
I was going down.
The down key on the elevator, and you feel your finger touch something like skin.
What could that be?
And a hand is going to curl itself around you and start crushing your ribs. You take 1 harm, and you are currently unstable.
Yep.
Does Keely scream?
No, but I think there's like some definite like almost like whimpering and like wincing. But I'm going to be like trying to expand. I suck in as much air as possible right before like when I feel the constricting happening, and try to like make my body as big as it can possibly get. And then I'm going to release all of the air at once and try to like pull myself out of this like constricting.
Smart. You've read about this sort of thing.
I've read about this sort of thing.
Yes, act under pressure.
Okay.
That actually does seem like a thing William has read about. What'd you roll?
Luck.
I'm going to use my luck point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let me tell you something that happens before you do.
Okay.
Martin comes to from his unconsciousness as you are being lifted off the ground by this, what you assume to be an arm, though you can't see it. He sort of like, you see him like sort of like groggily come awake as something begins to burn his ankle. And then you see him reach inside of his white pest control outfit and pull out a sword that should not be able to fit in there.
Neat.
He whips it out and slices across the arm that is holding you, and then slices across the arm that is holding him, and then the blade begins to flicker and disappears. You are dropped to the ground for 0 harm, and he puts his hand on you, and suddenly you feel a rush as you heal 1 harm.
All right.
Oh, we got like a paladin up in here? What's going on?
Lay on some hands, huh?
He, I will say, is still unstable. And it seems like this consciousness might be fleeting, but as you see him do all of this, you see his eyes are a blinding white.
He is a paladin.
I want to then pull up like underneath his armpit and like grab around him, and I want to rush him to a stairwell, like the nearest stairwell, and I am running to get us to my room. That's what I want to do.
You manage to get to the stairwell without being impeded by any more hands, and you begin to rush down it.
Can I do one more thing?
Depends what it is.
I want to use magic.
Okay.
So, I don't, okay. If there's a way, let's see, communicate with something, observe another place or time, heal 1 harm, trap a specific person, minion, or monster. I want to, I guess, make us invisible to the monster right now. Like it's making itself invisible to us. I want to, either that or I want to like stop this thing from getting us right now. That's like, or be able to see it. Like that's like where my mind is at.
Why don't you roll?
Okay. I have a +0 weird.
Oh, no.
9.
But I'm pretty weird.
On a 7 to 9, the magic works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has. So the effect that you're trying to do is to be able to either see this monster or be invisible to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to roll with that. That's not one of the things listed in here, but I love that, so I'm going to let you do it. What is your glitch?
Let's see. So it's either the effect is weak and the effect is of a short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect. I think. Are we going the route that I can see this thing now?
Yes.
Then I think that I draw unwelcome attention, immediate unwelcome attention.
Okay. Keely has never used magic before.
Me either.
I think for a lot of her young life, she tried. Mm-hmm. I think while she was at university, she looked at every ancient tome she could find to see if maybe there was one thing that worked. So what is it about right now that makes it work?
I feel like I have friends.
Power of friendship.
And with that, suddenly, you burst out of the stairwell and into the hallway that contains your room, and you see arms crisscrossing in and out of rooms the whole way down, except for your door, which remains closed. They start to slither out of the rooms that they are in, but they haven't managed to do it yet. You going for your room?
I just want to Martin, you got another magic sword or something you can pull out?
The blade on the sword that he was using has flickered and gone out completely, and he is left holding a broken hilt. He does not respond.
You know what, actually, if I remember correctly, there's a fire extinguisher right outside of the stairwell. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right floor.
Let's find out.
I rolled a 10. It's definitely there.
Okay. There is a fire extinguisher. What are you going to do with it?
I grab it, and I'm going to blast the arms and the hands as I'm like running by them, running through the hall, going straight for my door.
You manage to just barely fend them off long enough because they have emerged fully from the room now, and you can see the palms of several of them begin to glow as they run smack dab into the door that you have just closed.
Nice.
There are no arms in your room. Maggie and Henrietta.
I'm gonna heal Henrietta because I realized how spells work.
Okay. I also want to say there's one thing I just want to make sure you're remembering.
Yeah.
You have -1 harm to any harm that you take because of your magical item.
That's right.
So just keep that in mind as we move forward.
Thank you.
I think I want to roll to help out with this as well.
Okay.
I
yes.
think, just because it feels like I
makes
would,
sense.
since she's kind of like trying to use my magic.
I think that makes sense.
Plus cool, huh? Okay, so it's an 8. So you have a +1, but I also expose myself to trouble or danger.
Okay.
Which maybe if I can suggest how I expose myself to whatever danger you're going to give me.
Sure.
Is to like really put myself in the spot for it. I tilt my head back and I'm just like galloning water into my mouth.
So you're not looking
exactly.
around.
So I'm just like focused on getting as much water into me as I can.
I think that makes perfect sense.
It's also the first thing I did in character.
I didn't do it.
No?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Mark experience.
Okay. To be fair, Maggie probably doesn't have a lot of experience with healing spells.
No, I think it was a valiant effort on her part to try that, but I don't think it is something that has worked. So I think you put your hand right directly on the handprint that is on Henrietta's body, and you feel a spark of something, and then nothing for a moment, and then your third eye opens further than it's ever gone. Your third eye blasts open, and suddenly you are exposed to the maelstrom of the universe. It feels as though that orange that you are seeing is so saturated that your mind can't physically comprehend it, and you begin to see things in quick succession. You see the back of a van. It's a black van, not the pest control van that is in the parking lot. You see 2 men wearing masks. You see a gun. You see the exterior of a house at night with its light on. You go into that room and you see a person sleeping in that bed. You don't know them, but we do. It's Hardy Tackard. And this is the moment that he was kidnapped. You then see the dirge, half constructed, with beams still sticking up into the sky. You see them dragging a motionless form deep, deep into the basement. And then you see concrete getting poured. And then, Maggie, you are unconscious.
I don't think that it worked. I feel a little bit. Oh. I'm just gonna reach over and just open her chin, or open her mouth, so she can get some water in her too. And I'll just wait for her to feel better and wake up.
You hear, Henrietta, you hear crashing coming from the floors below you, and then you hear...
Oh.
It seems like someone is spraying a fire extinguisher somewhere.
Maggie? I'm just gonna like tap her and try to wake her up. Maybe a roll?
Sure. Why don't you roll...
Act under pressure.
This is... I will leave this one up to you. There's a couple things you could do here, I think,
Okay,
that make sense.
here's what will be fun. I want to manipulate someone, because there are rules for doing it to another hunter, and I like the idea of failing and then her having to tell me like what I need to do to make her do it.
Okay, sure.
So I'm like, hey, Maggie, please wake up. We need to go fight some monsters. I'm gonna try to manipulate her into waking up.
Okay.
Hey, it's my birthday. I rolled a 5. Plus charm, so 3.
What?
Oh my god.
You know what?
Mark, experience.
Or use luck. No, you know what? I'm fine failing this.
Mark experience.
Okay, I'm mark
But
experience.
when you fail, Someone can make a hard move.
No, on this one. Okay, here's the thing. On a miss, it's up to that hunter to decide how badly you offend or annoy them. They mark experience if they decide not to do what you asked. So you can kind of choose how this goes. It sounds like.
So if you wake up, you don't get an experience point. If you decide to stay unconscious, you do.
I want to wake up.
Okay,
Cool.
You come to suddenly, and it feels like waking up from a nightmare. How does Maggie react to that?
Wow.
Do you like nightmares?
Maggie does like nightmares a little bit. They're kind of like free horror movies.
Free personalized horror movies.
Wow, what a rush. Wow.
Yeah,
hey.
the water into your mouth. It's very refreshing. Hydrating. Oh, we need to go. Someone's downstairs shooting things with fire extinguish. You know that foam spray?
Yeah, no, yeah.
In the red jars?
Yeah. Where you lead the way, I have no idea what's going on.
Sure.
Okay. Henrietta and a disoriented Maggie, you make your way into the stairwell and down to the 7th floor. Maggie, your third eye, I shouldn't have to tell you, is closed right now.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the 7th floor and you see white foam covering the walls, but you don't otherwise... And the other thing you see is that nearly every room in this hall is open except one.
I'd love to read a bad situation.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. +2. Plus that. No, not plus that. Sorry.
It's okay.
8.
8. On a 7 and 9, you hold 1. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? Or what's the best way to protect the victims?
My third eye also opens on a 7.
No, it doesn't. Not this time.
No.
Oh,
no. Okay. Shoot.
Well, so is the room... Are we on... We're on the floor with Keely's room, right? Would we know that's Keely's room? Okay, cool.
Yes. You very quickly identify that Keely's room is the only one that has its door closed.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Thank you. Here's what you see. You hear footsteps coming from a few of the rooms simultaneously. And people start peeking their heads out of the doorway. But they don't look right. Their heads are sort of like bobbing on their necks, and their eyes have a glassy quality to them. And they raise their arms like this and take steps forward, one shift of the body at a time. 3 people step out into the hallway. You know them to be Henry Sweezel, to be George, and to be someone that you haven't seen before, a Latino man who looks to be in probably his early 30s. They swing their heads around at you like this, and then they begin to walk in your direction.
Maggie, are those monsters or people?
Well, they're people, but I don't think they're normal people.
Okay.
If you're going to do anything in this moment other than go back in the stairwell, you're going to have to act under pressure.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt them because I feel like they're not zombified, but just like
Being controlled.
being controlled right now. I think I want to try to run past them and get into Keely's room.
Okay.
How far are they from Keely's room?
They are on the other side of Keely's door. So it is you guys on one end of the hallway, and then Keely's door, and then these 3 people who have just walked out of the rooms.
So it's like right in the middle of the hallway? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I'm just going to try to run past them and like maneuver around and through them so they can't grab at me and get to and in the room if I can.
Okay.
I'm going to follow. Can I also do a thing while I'm following?
So Jonas is going to roll Act Under Pressure to run into the room. You can roll Act Under Pressure to do something also, if you would like.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pick up my suitcase at this point. It's a rolling one, but I'm carrying it, so it's more mobile. And because I am when I chase, flee, or run, I take +1 ongoing. So
Okay.
I'm running.
Great.
Sweet. 14.
Wow.
And Maggie?
10.
Fuck.
Yeah, so we both did what we intended.
So Maggie, what did you set out to do?
I wanted to run to the door, and I don't really know the radius of my blast spell because it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hit like
What are the tags on it?
2 harm, magic, close, obvious, loud.
Okay, so close. So within probably a couple feet.
So I'm not close enough to them if I run to the door. Then I'm just gonna try to go in the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I think happens. Henrietta, you know that you can get to this door no problem.
Cool.
With your newfound speed, which you think maybe has come from the rain.
Mm-hmm. It's almost preternatural.
It's almost preternatural. It's just so weird that that's one of your moves.
Yeah.
You know you can get to this door absolutely no problem.
Mm-hmm.
You turn to look at Maggie and all at once realize that she is mortal. That she is not the same as you. But with a 14, you pick her up with one arm and run
My unholy
towards
strength.
the door.
Cool.
You open the door
Okay.
and run face first into a wall of magic as you spill Maggie into the room. You are going to take 1 harm.
What happens when I become unstable?
If you do not receive medical or magical healing, it gets worse.
Okay, cool.
As you are running down the hallway at these people, you see first the one in front and then the 2 behind just collapse onto the floor like marionettes with their strings cut.
Okay.
And you feel the air rush by you as hands move around you in all directions trying to grab you.
All right. I can tell you...
Henrietta,
Okay.
you are grabbed.
Okay.
Maggie, Keeley, and Martin, you are in the room. What do you do?
Okay, so you just burst through my door. What I was doing was I was like tending to Martin's wounds, I believe. Like
I would say he is no longer unstable then because you have your infirmary.
yeah, because I have the infirmary.
Thank you for saving me. Okay. Can I can't see them. Can I banish something without seeing it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to banish. Well, I have to stick my hands out, right? Because magic block. Ooh! I'm gonna stick my hands out and try to banish it.
Okay. Keeley, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to quickly get the whatever I need like removed to get Henrietta through, and then like put it back up before any hands can come through.
Okay. You roll use magic. You roll act under pressure.
Okay.
We're all gonna die.
11.
Okay.
Not a bad number, honestly. One of my
You
favorites.
all at once see this cascading clear goo that just suddenly falls out of the air and into lines around the thing, or around the hallway. But you still feel the air of some of these things moving, and it feels like there might be more that have come into the hallway. Keeley.
6.
With a 6, you are going to mark experience. And I'm going to make a hard move.
Oh, no.
Maggie,
Yeah.
you manage to cast your spell and then lean back into the room. Henrietta leans forward with you, reaching out a hand.
Oh, no.
And Keely undoes the magic. And Henrietta is pulled back down the hallway. And the door is closed behind her.
I go to open the door.
Something is holding it from the other side. Henrietta, you are being dragged down the hallway.
Me and my suitcase.
Me and you and your suitcase, yes.
I'm gonna cry.
You are headed towards the elevator.
Okay. I'd like to open my suitcase.
Okay.
Just the biggest pocket.
Okay.
Can I do that without rolling?
These things do not have they are not holding onto all of your appendages.
Mm-hmm.
They have you by the legs.
Oh, okay. Cool. So then I will just, with one of my arms, just open up the zipper.
Okay.
And I reach into my suitcase
Mm-hmm.
and I pull out my huge sword.
Hell yeah.
Hey Jonas, tell us what this looks like.
It's basically a giant blue katana that looks like it was carved out of a whale jaw. So it's like serrated, I think,
yeah.
on an end of it. And
Serrated
like,
with teeth,
with
no
teeth.
less.
It's teeth, yeah, and it's been like reinforced and in
Yeah.
some way colored blue. And I take it out, and I'm like still restrained by these things with two hands. Sorry, my two hands on it, but still restrained here. And I want to kick some ass and try to break free from these things.
Okay, roll kick some ass.
All right. Now, would you say I'm currently running since they're moving me so fast? I'm kidding. I wouldn't get my +1 ongoing for this. I'm not.
I don't
running.
think so.
But that's fine because I rolled a 14.
Oh
Again.
my god.
What on earth?
Okay, under
so-
kick some ass on a 10+, choose one extra effect. You gain the advantage, take one forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, which is +1 harm. You suffer less harm, which is -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do is inflict harm.
Okay.
So they're going to harm me, right? That's how harm works in this game, right? When I do harm, I also take it generally.
Yes, unless you suffer less harm.
Gotcha. Which is what I'm gonna do, I think, since I'm so close to dying.
Okay.
But yeah, my huge sword deals 3 harm. So I deal 3 harm to as many or whichever of them I can.
Okay. You swipe through the arms and you just feel it. You feel bone and gristle disconnect
Cool.
from whatever is attached there. But there is still one hand that reaches up and grabs onto you, and you feel it beginning to heat up.
Okay.
Kaylee and Maggie, you are currently in this room. Something is holding the other side of the door. What do you do?
Maggie, can you blow my door open, please?
Yeah, I guess so. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Fine, I'll do a
blast
cool
it.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Can I help out?
Yes, absolutely. Especially since you cast magic.
Yeah, we've all done it now.
That's pretty cool.
Even Sam did it. The Sam running the game.
I'm casting all kinds of magic.
On my heart.
Oh.
Oh.
What you got for me?
Okay, 7 +1 to their roll, but I also expose myself to trouble or danger.
Okay. Okay. The door blows open. It hits the other side of the hallway. Whatever was holding it, which you cannot see, is just disintegrated by the force of the door crushing it against the wall. In doing this, though, you trip, Keely. And you trip just into the hallway. There are no hands on you yet. The door is open, you see Henrietta being dragged by one leg towards an elevator door that is just slightly
Did have a
propped
question.
open. Yep.
Did we have to resolve your roll for
Yeah.
use magic?
I didn't.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
So that means it works, but I have a glitch.
Cool. What's your glitch?
Oh, God.
So I fell out into the hallway. Would you like to join me?
I guess
How about short duration? It is.
you know what? I'll take a harm.
Okay.
Alright.
You take 1 harm, ignore armor. Maggie is harmed now.
Cool.
Is that your first point of harm? Hey, round of applause. Okay. Keely, you are in the hallway. Henrietta is getting dragged towards the elevator doors. Maggie is standing behind you, looking amazed at the force of the door that just embedded itself in the other wall. What are you doing?
Nosebleed.
Can I see the arms still, or is that gone away now?
You can.
I can see them.
Yes. You see one of the pale, sort of like segmented arms gripping Henrietta. You see that actually that's the only arm in the hallway presently.
Okay. Henrietta, girl, just give that arm one old chop. That's the only one left.
Oh, don't worry. I have much fun doing this.
Henrietta, what do you do?
I kick some ass.
Roll it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say that counts as a help
So-
out.
Help out.
So
Okay.
you want to roll that for me?
Yeah,
sure.
please.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Okay. Well, I got 10, so you get a +1 to your roll and no negative to me.
Okay.
I rolled snake eyes, so the most I can get to is a 6. So I'm gonna spend another luck point, and I'm gonna make this a 12.
Technically a 13 because I gave you +1.
Make this a 13.
Technically.
So I'm gonna erase another luck point, and the extra effect I want to do the harm to this arm. You know what? I'd like to inflict terrible harm.
Great.
That feels like what I'm doing in this moment.
Jonas, you're like a plot device that just keeps giving.
So sweet of you to say.
You bite into this arm
No.
and you taste. Oh, you're chopping?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah, I'm
chop
sort of-
into
I'm
this
chopping,
arm.
yeah.
You chop into this arm, and weirdly enough, it feels like the sword itself wanted to do this. It feels like you're sensing the intention of the sword when you feel it cleave through this arm, and you feel the entire hotel shudder, as do the two of you.
Do I feel free?
You do feel free.
Cool.
There are no arms currently in the hallway.
Henrietta,
Henrietta. My sword is a monster too. And I run over. I'm gonna try to toss my sword into the room.
It goes
me.
in.
Okay, never mind. And then I'm gonna walk in to the wall.
No, you walk in. I turn the magic
Turn it
off.
off. Okay. Oh, then don't trust my sword.
And when I get in, I want to try to re-up the magic as soon as possible.
You do.
Okay.
With no issue.
And I want to look at both of you and be like, and I look the description I gave earlier of like my throat and everything. And my eyes, like the blood vessels, my eyes like popped and stuff. I still look like that. But I just want to like turn to you and be like, "Are you both okay? Oh my gosh!"
I actually
all right?
feel very bad, but emotionally, I'm in a pretty good place because I love to fight things.
Maggie's gonna walk over the bed and just sit for a minute.
All right, so
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I think I'm gonna be all right. Sorry. Oh man, I got dragged by my throat.
Oh, I got dragged on my tail.
I have a question. Big magic looks interesting to me.
That's
And
not
I-
a question. No.
Yep.
And I want to try something. And I don't know if it falls under big magic or not.
Okay.
But I want to try to heal everyone in the room.
Okay. So big magic is a thing in Monster of the Week that players with magical ability can do. Essentially, it is anything that is that could not be achieved with a simple spell. It's a more complex form of magic. If you want to do this, the keeper may require that you spend a lot of time researching the magical ritual, that you need to experiment with the spell, that you need some rare and weird ingredients and supplies, that the spell will take a long time, that you will need a lot of people, that the spell needs to be cast at a particular place or time, that you need to use magic as part of the ritual, or that you will have a specific side effect or danger. So there are a couple things that I am going to say. I'm going to say you need some rare and weird ingredients and supplies. I'm going to say you need a lot of people. And I am going to say that it will have a specific side effect or danger that I am not going to tell you.
But do I know the other things?
You instantly flash back to a moment in your coven where a hitchhiker was pulled in by one of the coven mothers, and he looked bad. He had overdosed on heroin, it looks like, and it looked like he had maybe minutes to live. You had watched them form a circle around him, all holding hands, and you can clearly remember the chant, because this was the first time that you saw someone come back from the grave, basically. It is burned into your memory forever.
Yeah. And
you need
yeah.
4 people to make this work.
Well, we have 4 people in the room.
Lucky for you.
And 3 of us. So actually, we've all done magic.
Yeah.
I don't know that, or I know that, but Henrietta doesn't.
You also know that while they were doing this, they were in a smoke that was infused with a bunch of different and very rare ingredients. You know what those ingredients are. I'm not going to make them up.
Sure.
But
Foot sweet. Hair swill.
Are you telling us what you're planning on doing? Or are you just like processing this internally?
I probably would say something out loud about like, I feel like everyone's really hurt and I can probably fix that because I remember there was this thing that everyone did.
Oh, no shit.
And we could do that.
I think I know what spell you're talking about. And I think I have the ingredients we need in this room.
let's find out.
11. We do.
You, in fact, before the events of the Dirge, before you left to go down to the lobby to talk to Shelley about borrowing her Game Boy, you had been reading a tome that you had never actually managed to get all the way through. There's a lot of different languages in it.
Ton of Latin.
It seems to be some sort of compilation of a bunch of different texts. But you stumbled across one that seemed to be in Old English, something that you could read from your time at university. And it was the exact spell that Keeley had been talking about.
Maggie.
That Maggie had been talking about. You had run out before the events of this had happened and had grabbed a walkie-talkie from the local Target and also a variety of very weird substances that took you going to Target, to like a Bass Pro Shop, to like some sort of
Bed
like
Bath and Beyond.
Bed Bath and Beyond, like a
5
an
other
herbalist.
branded.
Yeah, you had basically
Taco
run the
John's.
gambit of Huntsville's stores, but you had returned with every single item on that list, and they are all neatly displayed where you had put them in little glass vials right on the bedside table.
Yeah, they're right over there. I was literally just reading about this. You know, I've read about this sort of thing.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. Okay,
You
I help at
know,
all?
Maggie, you know that you need to burn this stuff.
yes. I have a question.
Yes.
Because I witnessed this happen.
Yes.
Wouldn't I know like some like little details about what those harm effects might be?
Nope.
Dang it.
You were ushered out of the room as soon as this guy began to recover.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start preparing the circle, I guess. And I'm going to get all the things together. And I'm going to say, okay, so listen, we have to hold hands for this. Don't make it weird. Let's just stand in a circle.
No, it's okay, I understand. And I'm just gonna like split open my skin suit and like hold a flipper out.
I love it.
Martin is still laying on the bed. He's not unconscious, but he's not doing great. He weakly holds up his two hands, and then one of them drops back down to his side. And with his hand that seems to be the one that is working better, he grabs Henrietta's hand.
And you can grab onto my elbow. Yeah. And then other hand.
And then
wait here. There we go.
you pick up his other hand.
This looks awesome.
I need my.
I love streaming.
There's my elbow. There you go.
This is what I call content.
You all begin to glow. The materials that you had gathered spontaneously catch fire in the middle of the room, and an acrid smoke begins to fill the entire hotel room. It spreads across the carpet in a like ornate symbol, and then starts to move. The fire itself moves in a path around all of you. Suddenly, there is a sheet of fire behind all of you, and you feel better than you have ever felt.
Fire rules too?
You are all healed for all of your
What? Sam, hold on. Before you say that, that's 4. Are you sure?
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Wow. And that's just for me. 4 for me, to be
Hell
clear.
yeah.
Wow.
I love magic.
I love
Maggie,
magic
Yeah.
too.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Right.
what is your most treasured memory with the Coven?
Oh.
Probably the first time my mother showed me how to like gather herbs and things.
Okay.
It was like a sweet bonding moment.
I think you were out in the forest. I think you were pretty young.
Yeah.
You're only 18 as it is. I think you were maybe 5 or 6
for sure,
when this
yeah.
happened. This was basically the first time that your mother was introducing you even to the concept of witchcraft or anything.
Yeah.
And she was telling you the names of each of these herbs as she gathered them. And it just so happened that several of these herbs were the same ones that you used in the ceremony. She points to a few of them and sort of tells you their Latin name and what use they might have. And then she tells you how they might be used for spellcasting. And this is so exciting to young Maggie. She I don't know if she's ever seen her mom do anything vaguely witchy, but
Probably like hints of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
but she's still at that age where magic is a huge part of her worldview.
Yeah.
And for a moment, standing in the circle, you see that memory again, and you look up into your mother's eyes. And then you forget that memory, and every other memory pertaining to the Coven.
Okay.
I feel really good. Thank you for doing this.
Do I know that there's something missing?
You have no idea what just happened.
Okay.
You remember arriving at the Dirge.
Sure.
You remember the events since then. You know you can cast magic. You know your name. You know everything about yourself. But when you cast your mind back into your past, there's just blackness.
That was amazing.
I feel
Yeah, it
so
worked
much better.
really well,
Thank you
huh?
so much. You did that with fire?
That was incredible.
I guess.
I
so.
get-
That's really what I felt like.
Yeah.
You're an incredible witch.
Yeah, you know,
Thanks, Henry.
You're the only witch I've met, I think.
I
But
can't
you're an
believe-
incredible
Yeah.
I can't
Me
believe
too, yeah.
I'm meeting a witch today for the first time, and it just happens to be the most powerful one in the world.
Right?
That's how I feel.
Right?
Oh, well, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Of course.
I do my best.
Does Martin look good?
Martin looks great. He actually steps up off of the bed where you had laid him, and kind of like flexes and like goes like this, and then he turns to all of you and he says, "Where's Marty?"
Oh, he's in the lobby. He's okay. Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm going to grab my sword, and I would like to investigate a mystery looking out into the hallway. Is the door closed right now?
Or is that read a bad situation?
Read a bad situation. Well,
There is no door.
Yeah, oh,
on
there's no
this-
door. That's right.
door is
on this
blown.
room
It's
anymore.
Gone.
Actually, before I pick up my sword, actually, I wanted to do this. I wanted to investigate a mystery on my sword because you said it felt like it wanted to, like, do the swinging itself, which
Okay.
is weird. So I want to see if I can figure something out about that. This kind of happened, like, while the ritual was being set up. So.
Sure.
Plus sharp, eh? It's an 8, so I can hold 1, which is all I wanted.
Okay.
What happened here when my sword did the want?
This sword is very ancient. It has been passed down through your family for... you're hundreds of years old. It's probably been passed down for thousands of years.
Sure.
In fact, you remember a story about the creation of this sword. About a time when huge sharks swam in the seas. Bigger than any that are currently alive anywhere across the world. And you remember
Meg.
hearing...
Sorry.
Go for it.
I just said the Meg.
The Meg, oh my god.
You remember hearing about this sword being wrenched from the jaw of one of them and sharpened into a blade.
Whoa. Okay.
That's all you know.
Okay. It's a predator sword. Cool. Yeah, then I am going to... I trust this sword. I will peek out into the hallway, and I think... I want to see if we have a safe route to the lobby.
You
which might
cannot
be-
see any hands. You don't
Right.
have that ability.
Right.
I want to stop Henrietta
Mm-hmm.
really quick. Wait.
Oh, yes.
We don't. These things seem to be all over the place. I don't even know, like, how do I don't even know how to stop it. I don't even know how to do anything. The safest place to be is in this room.
Right, that's why we need to get Marty up here. You understand?
I don't know. I mean, we just got back to feeling good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he's not. Look, I mean, I saved his life. I feel like I owe him saving it again. Plus, no one should have to die if they can help it. You all die so young already. You want him to die at less than 80?
Well, no, I don't want anybody to die. That's kind of why I don't want you to go.
Well, I'll be fine. I have a big sword. I'm very fast and strong. I'd happily take your backup, but I will be okay. I just need to get him and bring him back up.
And then we just hold up in this room forever? For the rest of our lives?
Until this all goes away.
Well, there's a thing that I saw earlier. Like, not
Yeah.
physically, but like I saw it, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like in your third eye?
Like you imagined it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like in your mind's eye. Like you saw it with magic.
Like up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was a guy, and he got kidnapped by these dudes in black suits. And then they took him, I think, to the basement
Of
of the hotel.
this basement.
I'm pretty
To
sure.
the basement of the hotel?
Yeah. Because, like, it wasn't like, it's not like all very clear images. Like, it's not like it's very fast,
Yeah.
But, like, there was concrete, and it was definitely the basement of the unfinished hotel.
Is the basement where the pool is?
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
And, like, I've noticed that all these things are coming from, like, holes and vents and things like that. And, like, I don't know, you might know, Keely. Is there, like, does the basement connect to, like, a ventilation system or something?
It's funny that you mention it. Keely, you know the exact model of air conditioning unit. You read the manual.
I was very bored.
You were very
I do
bored.
love to read.
And you know that is one central machine that
central
pulls in air from the outside, ostensibly maybe those vents that you saw on the roof, and then circulates it through until it is cold and then pumps it deeper into the hotel. But it is all based out of one machine.
And that's in the basement?
That is, yes. You can make that deduction.
Yeah, I'll say sort of it's funny you mentioned that. I'll say, yeah, yeah, it's in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, Henrietta.
Yeah.
I think maybe you go get Marty and bring him back up here
Yeah.
where he'll be safe,
Okay.
and Martin can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Martin?
Yeah, I mean, of course. What's our plan here?
Matt.
Listen, I'd use my sword again, but it's all out of... I mean,
Juice.
yeah.
What?
Sword juice.
You're out of sword juice?
Your sword
I'm a
runs
little
on
bit out of
juice?
sword juice right
Your sword
now.
runs on juice?
In a
Happens
manner
to
of
the best of
speaking.
us.
Squeeze it dry.
Huh.
Squeeze the juice right out of that sword.
Yeah, saving your life.
Oh, no. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm gonna go save your best friend.
He's not exactly my best friend.
Well, I'm gonna save him anyway.
Who are you guys anyway? You're not pest control.
Well, yeah, I mean, that should be pretty obvious at this point.
Oh yeah, Marty told me.
Okay, we can cut the sarcasm. I get it. Yeah.
He, kind of puffs up his chest a little bit,
Yeah.
and he says...
Wait, how old is he?
He's 20-ish. 20,
20-ish?
25...
25-ish? All right. Now we're
In
talking.
his 20s. In his 20s. He puffs up his chest, and all of a sudden he seems to take up much more space than he should. And with a deep, resonant voice speaking underneath his own, he says, "Well, y'all, I'm the chosen one."
Oh
I don't know what that means. Do you know what
God.
that means? Chosen for
You're
what?
the
It's very
chosen
exciting.
Oh,
I'm the
I'm
chosen one.
I don't know what you mean. This is I'm happy for you. What are you chosen to do? Is it help me save your best friend?
Are you
He's not quite your best friend.
when there's something real serious going on? Are you supposed to? You're the leader.
Well, I mean, I'm not really. I mean, Marty's kind of the leader of this.
Well,
whole
you're the
operation.
chosen one. Your sword ran out of juice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a powerful sword, but it only has so much
This is a
magic.
powerful sword, and it has so much magic.
Yeah, it looks like Henrietta's sword's way better than yours.
Right, so why isn't Henrietta the chosen
Henrietta's
one?
sword doesn't seem to have run out of juice.
His eyes turn completely white, and both of his fists catch on fire.
Fuck,
Hey,
touch me.
Oh, whoa. Oh,
Put your
snap.
hands on me.
All right. Okay, no need to show
No.
off.
It's
And
not that
the
impressive.
fire disappears.
Not that impressive. Maggie, come on.
It's not.
That's a little impressive. I'm impressed.
You hear
Martin?
in your brain, Maggie. You hear, "What about this?"
That's kind of impressive.
What's impressive?
He looks kind of smug.
Yeah,
What's impressive
What's
now? Was it
impressive?
the hands? Did you come around on it?
No.
I like the hands.
The hands were impressive.
That's
Hey,
for me and him.
if you're the chosen one, then who's Marty?
Marty's my mentor.
Oh,
He-
snap. You got it.
He's the one who found me and made me discover that I was the chosen one, and we've been hunting down these monsters ever since.
Like a Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker situation.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like
I
the
guess,
Iliad.
but real.
Oh, I love that one.
Were you there for it?
Henrietta saw that
No,
one.
no, God, no.
Henrietta saw
How old
Star
do you
Wars
think
on
I am?
opening day in the UK.
Oh no, I don't think Henrietta has seen Star Wars. No,
I said
I'm
the
sorry.
Iliad.
The Iliad.
Oh, the
Iliad,
God, yeah.
I'm not sure she's
I
familiar
don't know
with
what
the
that
people that that Maggie just referenced, but
Yeah,
she
you're
knows the
18.
Iliad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait! So you're the chosen one. So what does that make me? Okay, you're the chosen one. That's your mentor. And then who am I? Give me. I'm a thing.
You're other people.
No, you son of a bitch. We're
fine.
something.
You're the human witch, and I'm a monster. Let's go save your mentor.
Which? Oh, okay. Wait. If this is like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I love so much, then you're Buffy. Hold on.
What's Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah, I don't.
You're goth,
What are you talking about?
aren't you?
Yeah.
But you're also 18. I'll pocket that.
You're 18?
How old are
And?
you?
26?
Maggie gets really defensive every time her age comes up, by the way. I want to make that very clear.
Okay, wait.
Can
So
I-
you're Willow, and you're Buffy.
I don't know what you're talking about, and honestly, we don't have time.
Yeah, I really want to go save his
That's a good
mentor.
point. Wait, we gotta
look,
go
I
save
hear you.
Giles. Am I Xander?
I'm gonna leave the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the room. I'm gonna start running down to the lobby.
Okay.
Anyone's welcome to follow me. I'm just gonna fucking go.
Are you taking the stairs or the elevator?
Let me read a bad situation to see if I can find my best way out.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna push past you. Can I still see if there are any hands?
There are no hands in the hallway.
But that doesn't mean that I can still see them.
True.
So
Okay. I take +1 forward because I'm running.
Okay.
And
Is that why you ran out into the hallway? Oh my god.
This is what I deal with hijinks and handlebars all the time.
Oh my god.
It's like, are they an adult? Am I being protective?
Jesus.
It's a 9, so I get one question, which is all I wanted. What's my best way out, but to, or I guess in, my best way to the
You
lobby?
peek into the stairway, and it is silent. And then you go over to the elevators, and you click the up button, and an elevator, it takes a moment, but an elevator comes up and stops.
Both seem fine?
Both seem fine.
I'm taking the stairs. I'm running.
Okay.
I'll look at Maggie and just be like, all right, basement.
By ourselves?
We can bring Martin.
I thought Martin
Yeah, I
went-
guess. I mean, are we going to pick up Marty first?
Yeah, we should probably wait till Marty gets back. Martin, I thought you were going with Henrietta.
I am. And he runs into the hall.
Darn it! I sort of had changed my mind and wanted him to come with us.
I think we should wait. And I need to really focus on getting my third eye back because it hasn't come back.
Oh, you think we should wait in the room?
Yeah. Maybe we can, research something a little bit more. I know more information
You just
now.
said my favorite word, and I go and I open up a book. I'm like, all right, this is the history of this building.
And Martin and Henrietta go all the way down the stairs and open the door into the lobby, which is uncharacteristically vacant.
Cool. Wait, including of Martin or Marty?
There is no one in the lobby.
I would like to investigate a mystery.
Cool.
I think I'm going to stop running as I do this, so I'm just going to not take that +1 forward on this.
Well, don't let me bully you into not getting
I don't
a
know.
+1.
No, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I rolled a 7. So, what happened here?
There is a trail of blood from where you left Marty
Oh, no.
that disappears into the administrative... Actually, no. That disappears down another hallway with an exit sign and right to the doors of a service elevator.
Okay.
It is, in fact, the same service elevator that you saw someone come out of when you were in the pool, pushing a
Right.
big basket full of what looked like linens and towels.
Right.
Bobby, right?
No. This was...
Peter?
No, Peter's an admin.
Logan. This was Logan
right.
Anderson. You never got his name.
Dang
but
it, we
it
never
was
got the
Logan
name.
Anderson.
Okay, so again, there was the trail of blood that disappears into what before the... Or into
Disappears into the doors.
into the doors to the elevator. Okay. I'm just going to, tap Martin and make sure that he sees that, too.
Well, we gotta go down that way.
I agree. Be careful and have each other's backs. You're the chosen one, so I'm really relying on you for this.
Martin closes his eyes and touches his forehead, and suddenly, Maggie, you hear a voice in your head. And it says, "We know the way down to the basement." And right at that moment, Keeley is reading a passage.
I know the way down to the basement.
Great, let's go.
Great. Just alone?
With the two of us.
Well, I mean, I was...
No, we're gonna meet up with Martin and Henrietta.
Oh, sweet.
Can I try to talk back?
Sure.
Oh, what a
you-
surprise! You're trying to talk back.
You can't.
Sorry,
you
that was
can't
not.
tell.
That wasn't a character.
Oh my
That wasn't a
God.
character.
You can't tell whether or not he got the message. But Henrietta, you see Martin go like this and appear to nod about something. They're coming.
Who?
The others.
Oh, good. Well, wait, who others? Our friends. I'm beginning to understand you, Martin. I'm
good,
gonna walk.
great.
I'm gonna walk over to the service elevator and hold my hand up and look back at Martin. Press.
Yeah, I guess.
And I'll press the button.
Nothing happens.
Oh fuck.
The button stays unilluminated.
This is an appropriate time to curse Martin, yeah?
I should fucking say so.
It still gets a kick on me when you say it. You humans and your cuss is so good.
You two come down the stairs, and you exit into the lobby right at the same moment that most of the lights in the hotel go out. You hear distantly the rain has picked up even more. And especially because the lobby is so vacant, you can hear it absolutely pounding against the windows.
I haven't tried my third eye again yet.
Why don't you do that?
Okay. Okay. 9.
Great. You were rolling read a bad situation.
Yeah.
So, on a 7 to 9, you hold 1. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
No.
Great.
Oh, snap.
Does my third eye work?
Your third eye opens, and you see orange bathe the area. There are no hands covering the doors out of the dirge.
Okay. So the hands that I saw earlier that were like kind of like making a wall,
Yeah.
I would be able to see them from here?
Yes.
And they're not there anymore?
They're not there.
Interesting. And what did I roll? A 9. I only get one of those. Okay, good. All right. So, okay. So the hands, the hand wall, that's gone.
Martin pokes his head out suddenly from the hallway. Hey, come over here.
I can barely see you, and you're moving real fast, and that scared me. I just
I
want you to
said
know
fuck.
that.
You all missed it.
Oh, well, you just said it again.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Come on.
Honestly, I'm
Okay.
getting fuck.
All right.
I'm getting
I want
such a
to run
kick out.
over,
get like
but I want
this.
to check the front desk really quick
Okay.
and see if I can tell where Shelly is.
First time you've seen Maggie laugh.
You don't see any sign of Shelly.
Oh shoot! I hope they got out. All right. So I'm gonna run over to Martin.
Hey, Martin, your van is open. Like, we could get to it now, probably.
How? The hands are encircling the entire building. I
No,
thought.
they're gone.
Hey, we can
go.
get more juice for your sword.
We should go. The elevator's
It
not working
sounds like
anyway.
we need to get out to that van.
Let's go. I start running towards.
You all run out into the pouring rain, and nothing happens. You run up to the back of the van, and Martin stumbles with the keys, drops them on the ground, picks them up again, inserts them into the lock, and the doors spring open. And you see, as he unfolds panels down from the side of the van, more weapons than you are pretty sure you've ever seen in one place
Definitely.
before.
I only know one.
There
wouldn't
is pretty much anything you can imagine. So, Keeley, what do you pull out of the back of the van?
Anything I can imagine?
Any weapon.
I mean, yeah, I know. Any weapon I can imagine.
Though there is also a small bookcase, I will say.
I want very ornate, bejeweled brass knuckles.
They are there. In fact, there are little colored gems in each of the...
And I snap my fingers and half of us go away.
Thank you for getting my joke.
Yeah.
You brandish them and you realize that those gems are sharpened.
Oh, snap.
Maggie,
Yeah.
what do you pull out of the van?
Do I see any spell books?
You do. On the little bookshelf, the little IKEA bookshelf that is in the back of this van, you see a black leather tome with a big padlock around the outside.
I want that.
You grab it and the padlock springs free and opens for you automatically. In fact, the book levitates about an inch off of your hands as you hold it.
Cool.
Henrietta,
Yeah.
what do you pull out of the back of the van?
Can I find some magic enchanting coating for my sword to coat it, basically giving it the effect of an enchanted weapon as though used magic were used on it?
Martin leans into the back of the van and pulls out this what looks to be like a greenish fluid. It just looks like someone bottled swamp sludge.
Cool.
And he says, "Hey,
Oh, I already have a sword. I don't need a bottle.
This is for the sword.
Oh, okay.
Is there a way to, like, feed it to the sword somehow?
Well, the sword seems to want things, so maybe it's hungry. Are you hungry?
The sword, you can feel it, like, quivering towards the bottle.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just take the top off the bottle and, like, dip the sword in. Just a little bit.
You feel it, like get really cold. Like, ice cold.
Ooh. Which I don't think I mind.
And then you feel it start to static shock you a little bit, and it crackles with electricity.
I don't love that. But
Your sword now has the tag, let's see, the tag lightning, I think.
Okay, I have a huge
I'm just going to make
sword.
up a tag here.
Awesome.
Maggie, you can cast big magic once without any additional details.
Okay.
And Keely, your brass knuckles are a 4 harm weapon.
Oh, snap.
Cool.
Okay?
With lightning, does it also have a magic tag as far as avoiding magic armor?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You make your way back into the hotel, and all of you are drenched. You're dripping all over this ornate lobby, and the chandeliers are swaying faintly in the wind of the open door. Are you headed to the service elevator?
Do I
Yes.
know another way?
There is no other way to the basement that you know of.
Then, yeah.
You make your way to the service elevator, and Henrietta pries open the doors.
I was gonna ask to do that. That's actually funny. I wanted to do that. So yes, I
And
did.
there is no elevator there. In fact, as you look up into the shaft, you see that the cable where the elevator should hang from has been cut.
And if we look down, do we see it smashed on the ground down, like, in the basement?
Yep.
It's like one level down, right?
It's about 3 stories down, actually.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're
You
climbing.
see a ladder on the inside of the elevator shaft.
Cool.
And I don't see any hands. Looking in? Can I read a bad situation or what?
Both Keely and Maggie see hands slither back into the elevator and disappear.
Like
Y'all
out the
see
door.
that? Like,
In fact, you see one of the hands go like this.
Huh, okay, so, like,
I don't like that.
did it, Martin, did you see that? Can you see these hands?
No.
The
Oh,
ones you're
These hands,
pointing
Martin.
with?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, what this?
you
Listen,
seen
we don't
Martin's
have time
hands?
for this, and
No,
he starts
no, they were
climbing
hands,
down.
they were hands.
He
The
starts
hands,
climbing
the
down
monster
the
hands,
ladder.
The
No,
handipedes.
hey, whoa.
The handipedes are...
He's already climbing down the ladder.
Well, he's chosen one. He can just go do it himself. if he
I'm right
wants.
behind him.
Okay.
Oh, okay, if Henrietta's going, I suppose
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'll go. After Henrietta, yeah.
Okay. I need you all to roll act under pressure.
Oh. I hate rolling.
And I'm gonna roll one. I'm gonna roll one for Martin too.
I don't know how to fail anymore.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. Great.
11.
I don't know if you know this, but I've read about this sort of thing.
Oh really?
Yeah. 13.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
sorry, 12. I'm running down the ladder.
Okay. All right, Maggie, what did you roll?
I'm going to use a luck
Okay.
because no, not failing in this situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Martin is the only one to have failed
Oh, no.
his act under pressure roll.
Yeah. Wait. What was his role?
He rolled a 6.
Yeah, it looks like the chosen 6.
I don't understand.
Keely and Maggie, you've seen Arm actually puncture through the top of the elevator shaft where it had been slowly heating it from underneath and reach up super quickly and grab him and pull him back down into the elevator where he arrives with a sickening crunch. He stands up and brandishes his sword, which the hilt looks new now, and you see a blade spring from it, and he chops the hand and disappears out into wherever he's going.
Yeah, he's the chosen one. He can't stop and wait for us.
I think I'm chasing after
Come
him.
on!
Yeah. I'm gonna chase after.
Okay.
Follow.
All 3 of you make it down the ladder without issue, but Martin is nowhere to be seen. And now it's time for me to change this.
Oh boy.
Oh no. I've got a bad feeling about this. That's from the Iliad.
If you're running on ahead, I'm not running.
Yeah, I'm
not running either.
Yeah.
You make it down into the basement, just as a crack of thunder strikes somewhere far above. When the thunder fades, it leaves behind the dull throbbing and hissing of machinery and a long, dimly lit hallway. The floors are lined with cheap linoleum, and fluorescent lights flicker to the beat of the incessant rain. You notice right away that the floor is slick with a thin sheen of rainwater, and somewhere deeper you can hear the telltale dripping of a leak. A darkened doorway on your right has its door propped open with a mop, and several industrial washer-dryers leer silently at you from their perches in the gloom. Past that, further down the hallway, is a simple white door labeled Maintenance, opened just a crack. There's another peal of thunder, and one of the fluorescent lights lets out a high-pitched wheeze before finally going dark.
How dark?
There's only one light left in this hallway, and it's about a 15-foot hallway.
I would like to, as I'm running through, be swinging my sword, one, to hit any arms that I can't see, but also, if I can, create crackling lightning as I'm doing that to sort of light up the area around me.
Okay. What are the two of you doing?
I'm going like kind of as cautiously as possible, but I want to lean over to Maggie and just be like, you saw the finger like motion to us to come hither, right?
Yeah, it's like clearly a trap.
This is clearly a trap, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keely, you want to roll me read a bad situation?
Yep. Plus sharp, so that's going to be an 8.
Okay. On a 7 and 9, hold 1.
Let's see here. What's my best way out?
Out of the hotel?
No, once we move forward, what would be my best way out?
There's another door that you didn't notice right away, because it's at the back of the laundry room, and it seems to have one of the washer and dryers positioned in front of it. There is a broken exit sign that is over the top of that door.
I'll just like tap Maggie and like point over, but like really subtle because I don't want anything that might be watching to catch what's going on, and I'm gonna move forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look over and see it, I guess, and notice it. And then also...
Henrietta,
Yeah.
you reach the maintenance door first,
Cool.
which means it is you that it flattens as it is ejected into the hallway for 2 harm. It bashes you against the linoleum and skitters down the hallway towards Keely and Maggie, and standing in the doorway is Shelley. Except she doesn't look so good. Her neck is sort of lolling about like this. And her glassy eyes turn to look at each of you in turn. And Keely and Maggie, you see that there are hands here moving her eyeballs back and forth. And you see there are hands controlling each of her hands as she reaches up to position herself in the doorway, completely filling it. You can see there are hands that are controlling her feet as they move into an X formation. And she stands there looking at you silently and dead.
Dead, you say?
She's for sure dead.
She is definitely dead.
I'm a blaster.
Hey, Maggie, before you do this, I want you to know I fully support it because her favorite Pokemon was Blastoise.
What's the only good option?
Oh, Pikachu, come on now.
I like Squirtle.
Nice.
What'd you roll?
I said blast, right? So
Yep.
Blastoise.
11.
11. Shelly's form crumples and it is blown back into this big room beyond. She hits a huge machine and just falls to the ground, and all of the hands release her and start barreling their way into the hallway towards the three of you. Now that there is nothing standing in your way, you begin to hear a sound. It's the beating of a heart.
I would like to do something as soon as it makes sense. I could have done this. The door knocked me to the ground and is presumably on top of me.
Yes.
I wanted to just kick it back at whatever knocked it towards me, which at this point might be the hands coming. But
Yeah,
I want to
sure.
kick some ass.
Why don't you roll kick some ass? I think that's great.
I would like to. I want to run forward as soon as Shelly gets blown through.
Okay.
Really quick. I don't want to hear what you roll, Jonas, because I'm going to go over and just put my hand on your back as you stand up, Henrietta, and I just want to start going left, right, up, left, 3 o'clock.
Directing
2
me
o'clock.
to hit.
Why don't you roll
Cool.
help out?
Yep.
And yeah, this first is a door attack, but then it will be swords.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 12.
Okay. What did you roll, Jonas?
That gets me to a 10.
Okay.
So
On a 10 plus, choose one extra effect. You gain the advantage, take +1 forward. You give 1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm gonna give one forward to the witch.
Okay. The door blasts back into this room, which you can see now. The maintenance room is dominated by a towering central air conditioning machine. Extruded aluminum branches disappear into the ceiling and the adjacent walls. You can feel hot and cold air mixing together here, humid and tinged with whiffs of mildew and rot. To one side is a large stack of tools and buckets. You make out paints, primers, and rat poison prominently displayed among dozens of unknowns. Maggie, what are you doing?
What did you just give me?
You have a +1 to use whenever you feel like it.
That's fun.
That's forward, right?
And the hands are still coming at us?
Martin, you see, is also in the room, and just as the hands creep towards you, he slashes through a couple of them. You can see now, because Keely, at least, and Maggie's, your third eye is still open. You see dozens of arms. Dozens and dozens and dozens. They're folded against the walls of this room. They're anywhere that they can fit, and they've all begun to turn towards you. You also see that they disappear back into a portion of the wall where the concrete has been cracked.
Investigate a mystery.
Okay.
10.
10. On a 10 plus, hold 2.
What is being concealed here, and what can hurt it?
Keely, you are pretty deep into this room already because you've been guiding Henrietta, who has charged in, and you see another couple arms emerge, push away some more of the concrete, and you see that the reason there's a concrete split in this wall is because the water of the rain has cracked the foundation of the dirge. You see these arms push their way out, and for just a moment, you see a human face looking back at you from the inside of the wall. You don't know that person, but we do. It's Hardy Tackard. You also see, for your what can hurt it, several of the arms are engaged in a job that is not tied to any of the three of you. They are squeezing his chest, pumping the heart up and down as quickly as they can. And you see, what did you roll?
A 10.
A 10. You see some what look like different tendrils emerging from his chest and deeper into the wall. And you watch as there are gulps and there are what look like long esophaguses that pull water deeper into Hardy, or what was Hardy. And two of the hands reach up as they see you looking and go like this.
Creating a smile on Hardy Taggard's face.
All right. The hands are coming for all of you. Roll act under pressure.
Okay.
Oh no. They used my last luck point.
Oh no.
Okay.
You only have one more.
I have one more.
What are the rest of you at luck-wise?
You'll find out. I have 2 left.
2 as well.
5.
What are we doing? Act
Oh,
under
wait,
pressure?
7.
Yeah, act under pressure.
Cool. I have an 8.
An 8?
Mm-hmm.
Maggie?
6.
A 6?
That's a fail.
Mark experience. Mm-hmm. Did you level up yet?
No.
Oh, you'll get there. Keely?
Will we? 9.
Okay. On a 7 and 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Henrietta and Keely. Arms wrap around the both of you. If you would like to stay together, you are going to need to do something drastic. Because the hands are pulling you apart and beginning to squeeze both of your rib cages.
These hands are coming from that crack in the wall that I haven't seen.
They are.
So never mind.
Yep. You see a crack in the wall, but you do not see the arms that are lining the walls of the room or the arms that have hold of you now and are ripping you and Keely from each other.
Right. Something drastic
Maggie.
to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Something different comes for you. And you feel a searing pain as a mouth clenches human teeth into the back of your leg for 2 harm.
1 harm.
1 harm. It now has a grip on you, and it pulls you upside down, while another hand reaches out and wraps itself around your mouth so you cannot speak a spell.
Okay.
Maggie is suspended upside down. Henrietta and Keely, are you going to let yourselves be pulled apart?
Wait,
And-
I'm sorry. I had that +1.
Do you want to use it now?
Yes, to make it a 7 instead
Okay.
of a 6.
Good,
I'm going to
good.
give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Okay. It's better than a failure. I will give it.
At this point.
The mouth is going to grab hold of your leg regardless. The arm that is coming for you could be stopped with one of your hands, but you know that trying to stop it will break your hand. It is moving at such a speed that putting anything out in front of it will shatter a bone.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll do it.
What do you stick out? Your arm?
I would stick out my arm, yeah.
Okay. You feel your wrist shift and crack, and a bone appears from the side of your arm.
Yeah.
But it does not wrap around your mouth. And it recoils as you see some of the bones in its wrist broken also.
I think I want it.
Do I take any extra harm from that? Not that I'm asking for it.
Any harm that you would take from that has been negated, but it will come back into play.
Okay.
Negated by your armor, I should say.
Right.
Henrietta, what are you doing?
I really think right now I'm just going to try to fight myself free from what is
Henrietta?
grabbing me. Yes. Yes.
Head for the crack and swing as much as you can. I'm gonna roll protect someone.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll. Can I kick my ass out of here?
Hold on. I'm going to spend my final luck point. It's going to be a 12.
Well, your final one?
Whoa, wait.
And I am going to make all impending danger focus on me as I run towards the exit.
The arms drop you, Henrietta. And they drop you, Maggie, for 1 harm that is negated by your armor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As they turn and focus on Keeley, what have you done to attract their attention, Keeley?
I take my brass knuckles and I pound them into the arms that were like surrounding me.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it's 4 harm, so this is probably not something they're used to feeling.
The arm just splits where you hit it.
And I pull out a Game Boy Color and I turn the volume all the way up. And I scream as I run out of the room.
The arms all rush after you. Henrietta and Maggie, what are you doing?
Can you describe when I look over at this crack what I see? That's what you directed me to, the crack in the wall, right?
You see the form of a face
Okay.
peeking out with one eye.
Okay.
And you see a finger move in and rotate the eyeball around so that it can look in different directions. And you see what looks to be a rib cage just slightly opened enough that a mildewing heart can be forced up and down. You just don't see what is forcing it.
Okay. And then, does it look like could I fit through this crack? I'm assuming not, or you wouldn't have called it a crack.
Like the concrete is like this, but the concrete is only about that thick.
Right.
In front of this.
About an
form.
inch.
And does it look like it's
About an inch thick.
Is it outside past the wall, or am I seeing like another room?
No, this is the back wall of
Okay,
this.
so past this crack is outside.
Yep.
Cool. Oh God, I think I can't imagine doing anything. But you know what? Before I ready my sword, I'm going to read a bad situation.
Okay.
I need to read what's going on around me right now.
Okay.
Roll with my sharp brain. Hell yeah, that is a 10.
On a 10, hold 3.
Cool. I would like to know what's most vulnerable to me.
Right now, you know that you have an opportunity to hurt this thing because you don't see any hands that are not engaged in chasing Keeley.
Cool.
So, to answer your question, what is most vulnerable to me right now?
That face in the crack. Okay.
The face in the crack.
What is the biggest threat?
Keeley walks back into the room. She stands in front of you, between you and the crack. She's come around the side of the air conditioning unit. Almost too quickly. It's almost like she flew through the air and landed in front of you.
Okay.
And she's looking at you, and her eyes are the eyes you know. They're Keeley's eyes. But her jaw is clenched, completely closed.
Sure.
And her arms move and spread out as she spreads herself in front of the crack.
All right.
Arm. As she spreads herself in front of the crack.
Now,
you know that to get to this face,
which is very vulnerable to me,
you will have to go through Keeley.
I would actually like to ask, since this is kind of all happening at once as I'm reading this, as she's spreading in front of it, I already know this face is the most vulnerable thing to me. I would like to know the best way to protect the victims, that being Keeley, right here, as I step through.
Maggie.
Yeah.
You see Keely dragged back into the room and positioned in front of the crack by one of the arms. You see an arm wrapped all the way around her head like this, keeping her jaw closed. You see her eyes dart to Henrietta and then to you, and they're crying. And then you see the eyes give you the okay. And so do you, Henrietta. Maggie?
Yeah.
Your spellbook allows you to use big magic once without any consequences. Mm-hmm. One thing that I will allow you to do is gift a luck point to Keely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Keely, you are no longer doomed.
I'm gonna pull out a 4-leaf clover and just blow it off of the book towards Keely.
The book disintegrates as you do that and turns completely to dust. Henrietta,
Oh wait, I have
you
to
have
say
made a
what.
habit of studying humans. In fact, you have seen several of them dead. Whether those were people you saw passed out on the sides of the road, whether those were just bodies that you chanced to cross floating in the ocean. You have managed to look inside a few of them. And you have seen that there is a place you could fit your sword that would very much hurt the person that is being stabbed, but might not kill them.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for that place.
Okay.
Kicking some
Roll,
ass.
kick some ass.
Do. And I'm charging, so I'll take my +1 forward. Thank you very much.
And also, you're acting on your reading a bad situation, so
You're
you also
right.
have another
Yep.
+1.
So that's 11. I would like to. I'm gonna give another 1 forward to Maggie, with my extra effect.
Keely, you have not lived a life where many things have hurt you. Emotionally, sure. There's been plenty of bullying towards you. There's been plenty of things that were said towards you that were hurtful or anything else. In fact, there have been several things said by members of the Dirge which they did not mean to be hurtful, but which came across as opening old wounds. You once broke a pinky while you were trying to pull a book from a high shelf and fell from a ladder. This is much worse than breaking a pinky. Henrietta's sword stabs through your ribcage just below your heart and into the heart of Hardy Tackard, which ceases beating immediately. The hands convulse, and you see them start to pull back and reach towards you, and they can't make it. You see the color drain out of them completely as they begin to fall to the floor. And you see the walls of this basement beginning to collapse without their support. Henrietta, you have Keely at the end of your sword. She is bleeding profusely. Keely, you are at, what is the maximum harm?
7.
You are at 6 harm.
You have 1 forward. Do
I'm
something.
gonna run forward and try to heal Keely.
You do not have time.
Damn.
Act under pressure to escape the dirge as it collapses around you. All 3 of you.
Cool. I'm gonna run.
Okay. I figured you might.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Me too. Well, me too.
Okay. Cool.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
What did each of you roll?
12.
12.
Because I spent luck.
9.
The dirge was never meant to be a centerpiece. You all escape the walls as the basement collapses around you, and as you make it outside, you notice that the whole building is unsteady. Martin crawls up after you, and you realize he had been restrained in the corner the whole time with his mouth closed, stuck to the shadows because of the hands. When you killed Hardy Tackard, when you plunged your sword into his heart, Henrietta, those hands released him, and he chased the three of you out of the building. The dirge collapses. It folds in on itself while the hands that have been supporting all of its walls for a good 30 years fall away. You just managed to avoid the majority of the damage and of the dust and debris that follow the collapse. And you stand outside just as the rain begins to stop.
Did any of you...
Keeley, you cannot take any more, and you fall unconscious. And then you wake up in a hotel room. I'm sorry, in a hospital room.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
wow.
like, what?
You were in a bed with an IV in your arm and a nurse attending to you. She sort of like fluffs up your pillow a little bit and then kind of like checks. She's like, oh my God, I think her eyes are open. And then rushes out of the room.
And I do open my eyes. And am I alone?
You're alone.
Can I look over my body to see if I'm okay?
You're okay in all things but one. A piece of debris, as you fell unconscious, just happened to fly out of the dirge and embed itself in your optical nerve right here. Keeley is now permanently blind in one eye. Other than that, you are remarkably unscathed.
And I'll feel the sword wound as well.
There is severe suturing there, and you can tell that as you even like reach for it, you can tell you are not healed. That it is probably going to take you months before you can walk again. It is going to take you at least weeks before you can stand up on your own accord. Maggie and Henrietta, you get a phone call from the motel that you have been staying at.
I mean, she might not have a phone.
It's a shitty motel, honestly. It is the only competition that the dirge had while it existed, and they only managed to stay in business by undercutting the dirge's prices, which, as you witnessed, were steadily falling all the time.
Yeah.
The beds definitely have bed bugs. The shower completely doesn't work, and the window is broken.
Why are we here? Do they have a pool?
They don't have a pool.
I'll pick up the phone.
Hey, I think your friend woke up.
Keeley?
Do you have many friends in the hospital?
Keeley's okay?
Well, she's awake.
I'm gonna hang up immediately. And then
Keely's okay?
Keeley,
Let's go. I'm just gonna scoop her up and run. I think. Yeah, I'll keep my suitcase with me too in case we need my sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Martin walks into your hospital room, and he's probably the last person you expected to see first.
But I'm pretty okay with it.
Hey, Keeley.
Hey.
I can't believe you let that Silky stab you. He looks over his shoulder to make sure the door is closed.
Hey. Come here a little closer.
He leans down.
You know that was lightning in that blade?
Yeah?
Pikachu's my favorite Pokemon.
He laughs. And I think he laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs long enough that by the time Maggie and Henrietta arrive, he's doubled over in one of the chairs. And you see he himself is walking with a cane. You see that one of his feet has been so badly burned that it is nearly unrecognizable. You two enter the hotel, quickly get up to Keely's room.
Hospital.
The hospital, thank you. I've been saying hotel too much.
Yeah.
And make it inside, just as Martin slaps his knees and stands up.
Martin, are you okay?
Oh my god!
Martin, is Keely okay? I want to go over
Alright.
Pikachu!
Hey.
Why has he called you a Pikachu?
Because if you come over here, I can take another Pikachu. Come here.
Okay, I walk over. Take a peek.
Hey, you both look alright.
Thank you.
They don't.
I know.
I don't really got too harm.
You look no worse for wear.
What?
That was pretty slick, that sword move you did, Henrietta.
Thank you.
Knew I could count on you.
I haven't really killed a lot of people.
That wasn't to people, don't worry.
I think Maggie's gonna be doing like a one of those pat down quick check things just to make sure that Keely's like actually okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Now that you're awake, Keely, you're the only person I know in this hospital. Do you know if they have an ATM here?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask if they had a pool.
Well, I assume they didn't. Do you think they do?
I mean, if they have a physical therapy ward, they probably have a pool for that.
Okay, I might be gone longer.
And Keely laughs a little bit, and it hurts. Oh my gosh! Whew! All right. Yeah, they probably got an ATM. I mean, hospitals are pretty expensive. Speaking of which, I ain't got insurance.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a lot of money. I'm going to go see what I have, because if Shelly's still alive, I do owe her $75. So I'm going to take care of that, but I can see if I have extra money for your
Henrietta Shelley's dead.
bill. Are you sure? I didn't see her in there.
No, she's
dead.
dead.
She's dead, yeah.
Oh.
Promise.
Well, I'll bring you $75 since I stabbed you.
No, don't worry.
Is that not
Henrietta,
a thing you'll do?
Before you go, this is Martin.
Mm-hmm.
The three of you saved my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Well, we are the chosen ones.
Yeah, that too.
Marty didn't make it out of that hotel.
Right.
But one thing he always told me was that I couldn't die. Was that no matter what, I was going to be okay. He said I couldn't even take any harm at all. He said every situation we were in where there was a supernatural presence, he said, "You'll be fine, kid." And I was fine. I was fine every single time up until I walked into that hotel. I've never been hurt. I've never broken a bone. I've never gotten a scrape. I've never gotten a paper cut. And now he gestures to his foot, which is literally like unrecognizable as a human feature anymore.
Hey.
I think he lied.
Yeah. Everybody gets hurt. That's like the one thing that I've seen to be true all the time is all you people just get hurt and eventually you die. But, I mean, humans like you are really making the most out of it, I think, doing magic and finding the monsters and killing them. And I don't know, you might be hurt, but I think you're pretty cool.
I mean, like, Marty died and you didn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a different approach. Yeah, I think your mentor lied to you about whether or not you could get hurt. But I mean, like, it sounds like you and he have been through a lot. Got you this far.
That's true.
Well, how about you start teaching me a little bit?
He lied about me being the chosen one, but Marty was right about a lot of other stuff. I mean, there was a reason we were at that hotel. We were there for the ghost stories. We were there to get rid of the ghosts that were haunting the dirge, which I guess in a way we sort of did. He told me that there's something coming, something big, and that we needed to get out west. And anything we found along the way, we could take care of course, because I couldn't be hurt. I know he lied about me being the chosen one, and I know that's not a super great vote for his character, but I don't think he was lying about this. And I can't do it alone.
We'll find you someone. That was a joke. I have no ties. I'd be happy to help.
Do you mean that the day after I learn about magic and monsters and witches and chosen ones for the first time, I get to become one and then deal with that for the rest of my life?
Yeah, I know that's sort of a burden.
Haha, fuck that. That ain't no burden.
You're in?
And Keelia puts her hand in.
I put my flipper in.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. To California.
Pest control.
Ocean.
Thanks for watching Monster of the Week.
Pet your neighborhood tentacles.
This has been Monster of the Week, The Dirge. These characters, I hope I can say this, will return.
Oh, this is all Avengers style.
Will return in
Keely
Monster
will
of the
return
Endgame.
in Monster of the Week.
Actually, I would like to tease the name of the
Ooh.
next
Snap.
hunt.
Oh, we have no idea
Pest
how
control
long.
will return.
Pest control.
It's a cool name.
Hang on 1 second. I gotta log into my computer again.
Hey, no worries. Yeah.
The 4 of these characters will return in Monster of the Week, Geringer. And I will leave up to your imagination, audience, what that could possibly mean. I would like to thank several people as we're going here. Obviously, I want to thank Evil Hat Productions for making this wonderful game. It truly rocks. I love it to death. The Adventure Zone is playing it, which is where I sort of found this system. And I immediately sort of tasked it with coming up with a story. While I was writing The Dirge, I listened to a musical artist that I would like to thank. If you're ever watching this, I'm so sorry. I am going to completely butcher your name because it's Polish. But it's Wojciech Golczewski. It's Wojciech, and then last name Golczewski. I can legitimately say this campaign, none of this would exist without his music. So thank you. I also want to thank QueueTimes for hosting this stream, which I'm sure has gone long by now.
No, we don't really have to like 9. It's 9:07 right now.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I pitched this a couple months ago when they were talking about doing one-off episodes on Wednesdays as something that I wanted to do, and both Krug and Indigo were gracious enough to allow me to go untested into these waters, other than my appearance on Hijinks Handlebars as a player. I also want to thank my cast, William White, Sammy Dar, and Jonas Newhouse. I couldn't have asked for better players to be part of this. I hope you'll all come back and play the next one.
Well, you said we're gonna, so now we have to.
I
want to.
I hope that you do. I hope that we see more of pest control.
I'm super looking forward to the overlay where the dirge says it just says Geringer. I looking at it, like thinking of that, looking at the overlay and having it like that is just like, I'm very excited. I like this very much, and I like all of our characters. And some of my favorite moments of the first episode was when we got to like specifically interact with each other with not like something incredibly pressing happening.
Yeah.
And now that we're all on the same page and we're like kind of friends, I'm just like excited for what that's going to be like.
Absolutely.
Cool development.
Me too.
Yeah.
Friends who, like, it seems like have found friends pretty much only in each other, which is always a fun dynamic.
Yeah.
I do want to state a couple of things going into the next hunt that are going to stay. William, you will continue to have only 1 luck point.
Oh, okay. I deserve it.
So that is the effect that I'm taking for you going doomed. But the other 2 characters will refill their luck completely.
Oh, sweet, because I was at 1.
Me too.
Oh my god.
And
really played that well.
Maggie, you have permanently lost the memories of your coven.
Yeah.
So you absolutely do not remember them. You will not recognize them if you ever see them.
Yeah. I figured that's part of the reason Maggie's probably agreeing to go with these guys.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think she was the one with maybe the most push to go somewhere different. And
Does she not know why she knows magic now then? Is that just like a blank spot for her?
Yeah, kind of. I think you know magic, but you don't know where you learned magic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I assume that she thinks that she's the only one who knows it now because she doesn't have it.
Yeah, I suppose.
You may think you're the only witch.
You're not a witch, you're a sorcerer now.
And Henrietta, the magic ability of your sword will remain.
Cool.
Your skin suit is torn.
Okay.
So you will either have to find someone with magic who can repair that. I will tell you right now, it is outside of Martin's capabilities.
Okay.
Until you repair it, it will be harder for you to pass as human.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. With that, I have been your keeper, Sam Richardson. He, him. You can find me on Twitter at Laggardson, Laggardson. Please come talk to me. I'm so lonely on Twitter. There's no one there. And you can find me on Hijinks to Handlebars, which is every Tuesday at 6:30, GM'd by the absolutely wonderful William White, and also starring Jonas Newhouse and a couple of other really fantastic people. We just wrapped up... Yes, including Vivi. We just wrapped up our 2nd arc, and holy fuck. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Go catch up. It's ridiculous. The stuff William is doing, I've never seen before. It's incredible. Please come watch that show. It's so good. Jonas, you want to take it out?
Yeah, I've been Jonas Newhouse playing Henrietta Sam with a silent L in Sam, not Henrietta. And if you want to, if you would say that repairing a Selkie skin suit is not out of the range of your magic capabilities, please tweet at me at Jonas Newhouse and let me know.
My name's Sammy Dar. I've been playing Maggie Thornback. And you can
just Maggie.
Right.
Oh,
do I don't know my
shit.
name anymore?
But surely it's on her ID.
Surely.
If she has one.
Do you have an ID?
Well, yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, you drove a car in.
I did drive a car.
It was lost when the dirge collapsed. You didn't have it on you.
That's right.
Oh, my books!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about your haven.
Oh no!
We're going to have to figure that out.
My several swimsuits.
Yeah.
My bags of...
Oh, everything. The whole building collapsed.
Oh my
do have
god,
my
I brought
sword.
in all my stuff.
Whoops.
Oh, no. I was living there.
I was moving, so all my stuff was in there.
Hey, you know what I hear? An opportunity to completely reinvent ourselves.
I've been playing Maggie. No last name. Sad. And you can find me at twitch.tv/pixelsammy, where I stream sometimes.
And you should.
And I'm William, and I've been playing Keeley Stewart, the expert. And You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at kwilliamwhite. As Sam already said, I run a game on Tuesdays called Hijinks and Handlebars. Did an actual play Kids on Bikes tabletop live stream. If you don't know what Kids on Bikes is, and you are familiar with tabletop stuff, it's like if D&D was Lord of the Rings, then Kids on Bikes is Stranger Things. If you have no familiarity with tabletop stuff, hey, Kids on Bikes is a really easy system. It's mostly RP. If you like storytelling, this is a good way to get into tabletop. So check that out. We just finished our second arc, and it was wild and out.
What was the
baby.
word you said? Was it fuck? You said fuck.
Yeah, I did say yeah.
Yes, it was definitely that word, and also wild and out. We are doing a bonus episode that is kind of a one-off, where we're having special guest Poisel. I think I can say that. It's been pretty much confirmed.
I'm so excited to have them on. It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome.
Yeah, they are a part of the Uncommon Trust, who streams with QueueTimes on Sundays at noon. They won't be streaming this Sunday because of Con of Wonder, but they generally do every Sunday at noon. And most recently, they finished up doing Be Gay, Do Crimes, which was really good, and the VOD of that is on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel, along with the VOD for the first episode of Monster of the Week, and all of the previous episodes of Hijinks and Handlebars, and pretty much everything we stream here on Twitch. The VODs end up a couple days later on QueueTimes main YouTube channel. So if you subscribe here, or if you follow this, if you miss anything, then go subscribe to QueueTimes on YouTube, and it will be there. It's a really, really simple system. Next Wednesday, Jonas and I will be playing in Krug's game of Starfinder.
Starfinder. I'm going to have so many hands.
Yeah, so
Almost as many hands as this, maybe?
No.
We'll see.
The Handipede?
the Handipedes. Yeah, so check that out. It's going to be really fun. Krug's a great GM. Krug GM'd Fate previously. You can check that on QueueTimes main YouTube channel as well. It was really awesome. Fate core rules. It's super simple, just like Monster of the Week, and we also got wild and out on there. Joseph and I were both on that too. We've done every Wednesday stream.
My name was Paul,
And I can't remember my name, but thank you. Okay, cool. Yeah, K. William White for my personal stuff, and at HandleStream to figure out what Hijinks and Handlebars is up to. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time on Monster of the Week.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Pat the Tentacles.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tentacles.
Bye.
Tentacles.